district play with Artesia Mayfield and Goddard. And just like that, Coach, today's game 1. Tomorrow will be game 10.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, when we start doing this.
Coaches, he's scheduled 5, 6, 8 teams on his schedule.
Yep.
And then you've got the top 4 teams, obviously, in the district. We're not going to play ourselves. But then, so we got to add one more. Well, let's just add the defending state champs and the number 1 ranked team in 4A and Lovington. And tell you what, once again, our schedule, it's going to be as tough as anybody in the state.
Absolutely, Coach. Well, let's talk a little bit. We're about 3 minutes and 45 seconds out. We'll just say 4 minutes before the kickoff. I do know that Lovington did win the toss, correct?
They did.
So they're going to defer to the second half. Roswell will be the receiving team. They'll be receiving on the south side going northbound, but we'll talk about it here in just a moment. Just real quick, the talk of the town right now is talking about number 8, the new quarterback, Manny Fuentes. Your thoughts on that, Coach?
Well, I'm excited to see this kid play at this level. He was very successful at the varsity level in Dexter. Transferred, had to, couldn't play at the varsity level here because of the transfer rules, but just dominated the JV level last year. Kind of a man amongst boys.
Absolutely.
At that level, and he's going to be something to see this year. I promise you that.
Well, and absolutely, he did the right thing too. That's like you said, the transfer from Dexter. He did sit out. Of course, when that happens and you play varsity athletics, you have to do that Form A and then the Form C, and then of course, all that other important stuff that the New Mexico Activity Association has to do. So he did. He had to sit out 1 year, but boy, he is looking good. We'll talk a little bit more here in a minute about summer programs. We also did a lot of 7-on-7. I was happy to see all that, Coach, this year, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But, Coach, let's go over starting lineups real quick, if you don't mind. We're going to go over the Coyote defense. We're going to go left to right. Number 24, Wesley Gallegos, the 5'7" cornerback, 150-pound junior. This is kind of interesting. He's gained a little bit of muscle here as the defensive end, number 33, Eli Lynn. He stands at 5'10", 200-pound junior. And then number 75, Sylvester Lamelli, defensive tackle. He stands at 5'8", 230, and he is a senior. And on the right side of the ball, it's going to be the defensive tackle, 5'8", 190-pound senior, number 50, Salvador Lazoya. And then the defensive end, 5'10", 175-pound senior. Number 6 is Robert Truix. And then number 25, Jeremiah Modriel, a 5'7", 150-pound junior. He'll be playing cornerback. And, of course, the safeties tonight will be number 23, Isaac Loya. He stands at 5'8", 170-pound junior. And then Adrian Anaya, number 3. He'll be playing safety, 5'10", 175-pound junior. And then, of course, the linebackers for tonight, Vernon Molinar. He is going to be wearing number 52, playing Sam linebacker, stands at 5'8", 175-pound junior. Will linebacker, Jorge Chavez. He is wearing number 7, will linebacker, 5'9", 175-pound senior. And then Damian Casada, he is the Mike linebacker tonight, stands at 6 foot, 185-pound junior, wearing number 54. And you're going to see a lot of things out of him tonight, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Offensively for the Roswell Coyotes, we're going to go left to right. Right receiver is number 20, Manny Segala. He stands at 5'10", 140-pound junior. Remy Villa will be left tackle. He's wearing number 76. He stands 6 foot, 255-pound senior. Jesus Campos, number 79, left guard, 5'9", 300-pound senior. Lucius Moore will be playing center. He stands at 5'10", 220-pound senior. And then Jesus Gutierrez, number 72, right guard, 5'8", 185-pound junior. And then Rico Lujan playing right tackle. And he is 5'8", 210-pound junior. He is wearing number 74. And then Malachi Mitchell, the tight end tonight, 5'11", 175-pound junior. And he is number 12. Be expecting a lot of well, I'll just leave it at this. We'll talk about that in a moment. Bryce Sanchez, number 22, will be the running back for the Roswell Coyotes. 5'10", 200-pound junior. He's gained some muscle, Coach. He's gained about 10, 15 pounds from last year. Sebastian Mendoza, the slot back, 5'9", 145-pound senior. And then Peyton Kennard, the fullback, 5'11", 185-pound junior. And as we mentioned earlier, the starting quarterback for the Roswell Coyotes, the captain, number 8, Manny Fuentes. 5'11", 175-pound junior. And, Coach, I'm going to go straight to it again as I was talking about Manny. Manny Fuentes, he is the transfer from Dexter, New Mexico, and, boy, he just throws a tight spiral.
He really does. It's a pretty ball, and he's accurate, makes good decisions, and he's a great size for a high school quarterback. He's 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, and, we talk about him, his beautiful spiral and his accuracy, but the kid can run with the ball, too, and he's going to.
Well, Coach, and for the people out there listening right now, he is the son of Manny Fuentes. Manny Fuentes was the winning quarterback, state champion in 2000.
In 2000, correct, in the Dontrell Moore
era.
team,
That's right.
Yeah.
So that was also former Coyotes A.J. Cisco, Dontrell Moore. You had Manny Fuentes playing that. I mean, there was just a lot of standout athletes, and we'll talk about all that here in just a moment. But right now, Coach, it's almost game time here in week 1 in high school football. The Roswell Coyotes taking on the defending state champions in 4A, the Lovington Wildcats. Coach is going to see what happens here, if they go straight into the Starburst or if they're going to go and take it out and run it all the way. Let's see what happens here.
Well, Coach, who is back? Truex is the return man. That surprised me a little bit. The starting defensive end doesn't usually return kickoffs, but...
Well, let's see what happens here. And one thing with Truex, he can run. Robert Truex.
And we are just about underway.
And there's the kick, and high school football begins. Week 1, and there it is. There's a starburst, and there's a fumble just like that, but Roswell Coyotes gain control. It's going to be first down and 10 on about the 12-yard line, so it's going to be first and 10, Roswell Coyotes. And as we referenced earlier, the offensive quarterback will be Manny Fuentes. Will be under center this year under Lucius Moore.
And the old starburst didn't work out too well, as you don't want to expect, but you might expect on the first kickoff return of the year.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go. Well, there's already conversation here. Let's go. I see Seabass communicating quickly there with a teammate of his. There's going to be Manny Fuentes. There's going to be a quick pass just like that, and it's in and out of the hands of Sebastian Mendoza. So it's going to be second and 10. So it's going to be second and 10 from the 12-yard line.
And, Coach, I really thought that pass was going to Weathersby deeper down the field. I don't know if T-Bass didn't go up and maybe intercept that one. Probably not, though.
Well, one of the things there was a good pattern by Sebastian Mendoza, but again, Manny Fuentes throws a hard ball, and it's going to be a little different for these receivers. So Roswell Coyotes are in pistol, and there's going to be speed option just like that. Fuentes is going to take the ball, and he is going to be in trouble.
And they're going to give him progress, but progress is still going to be a big loss there. So they go from the 12 all the way back to the 2. Is that where they're going to spot it?
Well, it looks like you're exactly right, Coach. It will be on the 2-yard line. So it's going to be third down.
And that's this Lovington team really not known for their defense historically or in recent history. But they were pretty good on that play.
Third and 21 from the right hash for the Roswell Coyotes. So Fuentes and the Roswell Coyotes will be in the end zone right now. Let's see if Manny Fuentes will ever one out here.
Well, back there by himself pretty much.
Well, gives it to Sanchez, it appears, and it looks like he will get forward progress. And looks like a flag on the play. No, that's a red. Right there on top on the east side, yep.
So they're going to spot it, about the 8-yard line? So 6 for Bryce. And that gives a little room for Peyton Kenner, who will be doing the punting.
4 downs, Coach, and now
4 downs minus 4 yards is not a great start. And a blocked punt for a touchdown.
And the Lovington Wildcats are on the board just like that, 6-0 Lovington.
Wow. And that is not the way you wanted to start your season. With a blocked punt and a defensive touchdown and a turnover. I guess that goes down as a turnover.
Well, and it will, Coach. It will go down as a turnover. And, again, I was looking over here at the defensive side of the ball for Lovington, and I was looking at Cesar Gonzalez. He was the junior wide receiver running back type, if you want to say, and right now it looks like they're going to have a PAT now. So number 4, I do see that. Alec Holguin is the holder, and there's going to be a flag possibly already. And number 13 is the kicker for
Yeah, it's offsides on the Coyotes, and obviously they'll take that penalty as they blew it dead. No reason to decline it. There is a reason to maybe go for 2 now, that you can try it from,
well, I wouldn't
1.5 yards instead of 3 yards.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that happens. Right now, the PAT kicker is going to be Lucas Contreras for Lovington. But let's see what happens here.
And the holder is still getting directions, and here they go.
It will be going for 2, and number 4, Alec Olguin, the sophomore, the Wildcat, it looked like, huh?
Yep. And I was going to say, that's a real missed opportunity if they don't go for 2 there, and that's exactly what they do.
Well, just like that, the Lovington Wildcats lead 8-0. Well, Coach, let's take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell Talk FM and KSVPTV.com.
is good.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Welcome back to Roswell High School football on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM and KSVPTV.com. 8-0 is the score as the Lovington Wildcats take advantage of a couple mistakes by the Roswell Coyotes. Had a blocked punt, and just like that, it was 6-0. PAT was going to be pretty good, but they had an offsides, penalty offsides, and so they decided to go Wildcat formation and get in. 8-0 is the score.
Yeah, so multiple mistakes, really. And Lovington is not the kind of team that doesn't capitalize on usually just one mistake, but, you know, there were several in that first series for Roswell, and now they're in a hole.
So number 13, Lucas Contreras, will be the place kicker for Lovington. There is the kick, and it's a good one. And this is going to be Truex here. It's going to be all Truex this time. He has some room, and boy, he gets hit hard. Goes down about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, nice run back, 24 yards on the run back. And if he can make that guy miss, that could have gone for a big one. And again, that's unusual.
Well, Truex definitely has some speed, for sure. So, well, here we go. As the Roswell Coyotes going to go twins to the top now. Looks like they're going to be back in shotgun formation. No, it's going to be shotgun.
Yeah, I think Jeff was
pistol.
calling it the pistol.
It is going to be pistol. I thought they were going to go maybe a shotgun right, but there's the toss. That is to Bryce Sanchez, and he will have positive yardage on that. So we'll bring up second down for the Roswell Coyotes.
Yeah, and Sanchez will get 2 there.
So second down and 8 on about the 26-yard line. Fuentes, the quarterback, pistol formation, and a quick pass over to Seabass. And, you know, Coach, and again, this is early in the season, and this is something that's going to be new. Manny Fuentes has an excellent arm, and I still think that should have been caught.
Yeah, I mean, not as much as the first one that Seabass dropped, but that one was a little high, and certainly high. You know, that one is a little more excusable, but they got to get used to it. I mean, he can sling it, and he's going to.
There's the empty set right there, and gives it to Weathersby, and Weathersby has a first down and more on the 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and it's going to look like it's going to be touchdown Coyotes. And there's discussion on the field now. Let's see what happens here. It looks like they're going to say that Weathersby stepped out of bounds on about the 3-4 yard line. So let's see what happens here. Jordan Weathersby, the junior, stands at 5'10", and boy, that was just a heck of a catch and a heck of a run.
A 68-yard reception there.
And I like what I see right there. That was just a...
Well, Jordan's a big target, big, strong kid. And now Coyotes are in business, looking to get back in this thing quickly.
Segala on top. Here comes Seabass. He's going to be out now, and here comes pistol formation. Timeout by the Roswell Coyotes.
Yeah, Coach Lynn's hot. He didn't want to have to waste one there.
Well, he's real hot about something here. But Coach, well, let's do this. We'll take another 30-second timeout. We'll be right back on KSVP-TV.com and 106.5 Roswell Talk FM.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
Welcome back to 106.5 Roswell Talk FM and KSVP-TV.com. You're listening to Roswell football. Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald scores 8-0 as the Lovington Wildcats lead, but the Roswell Coyotes really threatening here, Coach.
Yeah, the 68-yard strike down the sideline to the junior Jordan Weathersby, the big wide receiving option, coming off his year from the JV team, obviously, so he and Manny know each other pretty well. He's thrown it to Jordan a few times, and it showed on that play.
Well, Coach Lynn, he had to take a timeout right there. It looked like there was some miscommunication there with Seabass and probably Segala, but Segala's back in the ball game there, and looks like they got it straightened out now. Lucius Moore, the center for the Roswell Coyotes. Manny Fuentes will be in pistol formation, and you have Bryce Sanchez in the backfield, and here comes the Roswell Coyotes. It's going to be 1st and 4 from the 4, and there's the snap, and there's Bryce Sanchez just like that, and touchdown, Bryce Sanchez. The Roswell Coyotes are on the board now on a 4-yard touchdown run by Bryce Sanchez.
And looks like unless there's a trick play that Coach Lynn's going to opt for the traditional point after touchdown with the kicker. And it's going to be Peyton Kiddard is the kicker, and the holder is going to be number 41, and that is L.J. Macias. The snapper is Connor Nichols.
And a leg Kinnard has, so let's see what happens here. There is the PAT. It's up, and boy, they're going to say it's out just to the left. And, wow, a missed opportunity there for the Roswell Coyotes, but nonetheless, four-yard touchdown rush by Bryce Sanchez. 8-6 the score. You listen to Roswell football on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM and KSVP-TV.com. We'll be right back.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Welcome back to Roswell High School football on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM and KSVP-TV.com. 8-6 to score, 4-yard touchdown rush by Bryce Sanchez. PAT was a no good, just a little left for Kinnard, but the Coyotes are back on the board.
Yeah, Coach, this is, as many could have predicted, this could be a shootout here tonight. It could be a lot of offense. You got two teams that are probably a little more stronger on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive side of the ball. I'm hoping to see that Coyote defense come together like they did last year, where they had just a tremendous stretch, kind of middle of the season. But, that experience that defense got and all those guys coming back is going to help. So, but it's going to take some to shut down this offense, which we haven't even seen yet.
Well, I see number 16, Zach Carrasco. He's getting ready to rock and roll. Look at him down here. He was hitting his helmet, ready to hit somebody. Oh, wow, just like that. Good hustle, and looks like there's going to be a flag, possible hold.
Yeah, that play's coming back.
And that play is coming back, but an excellent hit by number 15, Jacob Cedillo. Ooh. And, boy, he laid him out.
Nice special teams tackle there from Jacob Cedillo.
Oh, and so I was going to tell you that Mr. Carrasco, of course, his son, Mr. Cross was the principal of Roswell High School. His son is a sophomore, and then has a relative on the other side as well, too. So that's kind of neat to see.
Yeah, family affair here.
Yeah.
Of course, Pilar spent a lot of time in Lovington.
Yes, he did. And this is the right, yeah, it is Quinones there, so okay.
So penalty, first penalty for the Wildcats. And they did indicate holding.
Yes, sir, it was a hold.
And so that'll bring the ball back to the 17-yard line. So that's a much better field position for the Coyote defense to start off. And Coach, look out for number 23. Didn't play a lot at the varsity level last year. He was suffering through some injuries, but a tremendous athlete and a big hitter. And that's Isaac Loya, number 23.
Okay, let's see here. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 17 for Lovington. They're going to call it right hash. And there's going to be a quick pass. And that's going to be number 12 is Ashton Aranda. He is going to be the quarterback for Lovington. And quick pass to number 3, Cesar Gonzalez.
And Aranda is he's the real deal at quarterback. He wasn't the starter to start last year, but he came in and replaced the starter actually during our game and was pretty instrumental in them beating us. He's for real. Over 2,000 yards and almost 30 touchdowns last year for the state champs.
2nd and 5 on the 2nd and 5, ball on the 22. And there's going to be a quick handoff. No, it's going to be quarterback keeper on that. And boy, there goes Ashton Aranda, and he is going to be taken out of bounds about the 35. We'll call it about the 34-yard line, Coach. And good breakdown tackle there. And it looked like it was maybe Anaya and then possibly number 7.
Actually, Coach, I think that's Wes Gallegos was the cornerback that got over there.
Okay.
Had the good angle.
Perfect.
And Wes looking to have another good year. Started almost the whole year until he got injured last year at cornerback. So he's got that valuable experience at corner, and he's gonna do well over there. 1st
and 10 from the 34 left hash. Aranda, the quarterback for Lovington. You have twins to the bottom here, and boy, there's going to be a bad snap, and he is in trouble. And Aranda will throw it away, and it's going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 10 from the 34. I almost thought that was going to be a late hit out of bounds there.
Well, and I kind of did too. You had Lynn and you had Molinar, I believe, over there chasing the quarterback, and they're going to say that it was clean or not something that they wanted to call penalty
question
on, so.
Exactly. So 3rd down, Coach. It will be a 3rd down is what
I think just 2nd down. They got the 1st down on the last run. So
okay, I beg your pardon. It will be 2nd down and 10 from the 34. And again, Aranda, the quarterback for Lovington. There's going to be a handoff to number 24, and that's going to be Cameron Ochoa.
Yeah, just great interior defense there from the Coyotes, and I'm trying to see who got there first. He's going to be the one that gets up last, and it was Eli Lynn.
Yep, Eli Lynn.
And he had help in there in the middle as well, but you know, Eli moving from tight end last year, starting tight end, to a starting end defensive end this year, but he's such a big, strong kid. He can move to the inside and play that defensive tackle position as well.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that, Coach. 3rd and 10 from the 34. The score is 8-6. Lovington does lead by 2 with 8 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in this first quarter. And there's the pass, and that's going to be incomplete. And
that's because of the pressure.
That's right. Yeah. Wes Gallegos was ready to
unload there, wasn't he?
Unload, and I tell you what, luckily enough, it was incomplete because that could have really hurt him.
And not afraid to go for it on 4th down, but not in this situation. On your own 34, 4th and long, 4th and 10, and it will be number 23, and that is Isaac Loya back to return the kick. So didn't really know who was going to take over some of these duties, but you didn't think it was going to be a safety and a defensive end.
Isaac Loya will be the young man that will be returning. And it is a good kick. And let's see if he has that opportunity. And no, it looks like they're going to back away here. And the ball is going to be about the 26, 27-yard line. Let's see what the official says on the spot of the foul, on the spot of the ball.
But Coach Loya is fast and strong, and I'm excited to see him return punts.
Absolutely. Coach, they're going to call it on the 26th. So, again, the score is 8-6 if you're just now tuning in on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. And you can also go to kscptv.com. Game is being streamed there. Roswell Coyotes do trail here in the first quarter with 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Manny Fuentes, the quarterback for the Roswell Coyotes. There's going to be the toss.
That's Hernandez. He's got speed.
And Hernandez is off. Just, oh, what a good tackle now by, looks like number 26 for Lovington. That looks like Elijah Rivero. I think that's probably going to be Rivera, probably, huh? But Hernandez, good run by Hernandez. Got twins to the top there, and there's going to be a handoff. No, quick pass. And that's the third drop ball by Sebastian Mendoza.
Yeah, and again, Coach, a little hot, but if you get both your hands on it, you need to haul that one in.
Coach, and you also saw probably what I saw was it was that close from being a lateral.
Yeah, and you know, Seabass did a good job on the last drop that was close to being a lateral. He got back on it quick. So he knows on that screen that he better get on it. If he doesn't catch it, you're going to have a penalty on the play anyway.
And that could be a very, very effective play. You know, that as you referenced there as a screen, he has that opportunity to take it downtown, maybe throw the ball, because Sebastian can throw the ball as well. But I tell you what, it's just those have to be caught. 3 drop passes by Sebastian Mendoza.
Yeah, and I wouldn't look for him to throw it when they screen him out that direction because he is a lefty. You know, I would expect him to, if he gets a screen on
the
this
west side.
Yeah. But you never know.
So here we go. It looks like Fuentes still a quarterback in pistol formation. Sanchez right behind him, twins to the top. And here comes Manny Fuentes and the Roswell Coyotes dropping back to pass. He does have a man open, and whoa, man, what a shot. And there's Weathersby. He has an opportunity, and good pass and good catch by Jordan Weathersby, and he's going to be down about the 25, 26-yard line, and another first down by the Roswell Coyotes. And I'm telling you right now, Jordan Weathersby has been very nice to see in this first quarter.
Well, Coach, he's got 108 yards receiving. With just those 2 catches, the 68-yarder and then the 40-yarder.
There's the ride and read, and Bryce Sanchez will have positive yardage once again for the Roswell Coyotes.
Can we give him 4 or 5?
I'm going to give him 4 at least, Coach. That's what I'm going to give him. Let's see if, yep, they're going to give him 4 as well. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 21. Pistol formation and give it back to him again. Why not? He's going to be 10, 5, and going to be close to a touchdown, and it looks like Sanchez is going to be brought down about the 1-yard line. And I'm going to tell you right now, Bryce Sanchez looks strong. He has gained about 10, 15 more pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
And right now he's just doing a magnificent job for this Roswell Coyote team.
Right, and he's not the breakaway from everybody type running back. You know, he's a big kid, but he's not slow. And he's going to do things this year.
Fuentes under center, and it's going to be a touchdown, Peyton Kennard.
And good for Peyton Kennard.
So just like that, the Roswell Coyotes now lead 12-8 here in this first quarter with 6:46 remaining. And let's see if Coach Lynn.
Yeah, you're up 4. You really need to go for 2.
He's going to go for 2. Yeah. Attaboy. So
now, had we made the first extra point, I could see kicking it, but might as well go for 2 here.
You read my mind, Coach McDonald. So here we go. Manny Fuentes will be in pistol formation, and there's going to be a flag on the play. Maybe some movement.
I don't know that signal, Coach, but one hand across the...
I didn't see any kind of a...
Were we even set?
Well, this could change things here a little bit, Coach. Will you go ahead and kick the PAT or continue going with the 2-point conversion?
It's a tough call, Coach, because...
Well, you're up by 4 now.
And Coach Lynn wants an explanation, and he's not getting it. And now he's telling him to get back to the sideline.
Okay, so...
Coach, are you familiar with that signal?
No, I'm really not, Coach. I would have to go back and look and see what that is. So, well, here's Fuentes. He's going to drop back to pass. And just like that,
that's interference.
That should be interference, and it is interference.
Shoved in the back, so they'll get actually an easier two-point conversion now because they'll get it near the goal line, and instead of a from the 3, they'll.
That pass was intended for Manny Segala.
Yeah, and they just pushed him square in the back before the ball got there, and so that's going to give him another shot, and now it's a no-brainer. You go for 2. If you're going to go for 2 from the 13, you're definitely going from the 1.
Well, I just love the way Fuentes throws that ball. It's quick,
Yeah,
it's fast, and it's tight.
It's
I'm telling
nice
you,
ball,
it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I'm going to be a bit surprised they go double. I call it double wing here. See if we can get some motion here. But no, he's going to go back into the pistol formation.
And Coach, that is terrible. That interference occurred in the end zone, and they give him the ball at the 4.
And there goes Manny Fuentes. He has a man open.
It in there.
And guess what? Touchdown, Giovanni Apodaca.
And just an embarrassment of riches for targets for Fuentes as Apodaca converts on the little, looked like a little Mahomes, little sidearm.
And I beg your pardon, Coach, I said touchdown. I meant the two-point conversion
Right.
has been successful or is successful. 14-8 now is the score and much-needed two-point conversion. Let's do this, Coach. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell Talk FM and KSVPTV.com. The Coyotes lead 14-8. We'll be right back.
Find your path to a greater future at Eastern New Mexico University. With degrees offered both on campus and online, ENMU has the flexibility that you're looking for. And with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, New Mexico residents can now start, continue, or finish their bachelor's degree tuition-free at ENMU. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
Welcome back to Roswell High School football. 14-8 is the score with 6:46 remaining in the first quarter. Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald, live from the Wool Bowl. And I tell you what, it's been a thrill of this first quarter, Coach McDonald.
Well, after that, it'd be nice just to say inauspicious start. Horrible start for the Coyotes on offense on that first possession. They've come out here and showed the firepower that this offense is capable of with the long strikes to Weathersby, the long run from Sanchez, and the ball falls off the tee there.
And so that second touchdown, you said it was
Bryce got the
second one as well. Yeah, and that was from a yard out.
Yes, 1 yard out. No. It was Peyton Kennard, Coach. Peyton Kennard,
I beg your pardon.
Deep kick from Kennard here. It's going to go all the way to the 5. It's going to bounce and almost checks up, but it's into the end zone for a touchback.
And that two-point conversion
was a 4-yard, the rare 4-yard two-point conversion for Giovanni Apodaca. So touchback for Kennard. Not seeing too much lately.
You're right. Well, that's good to see, man. That's just really good to see the Roswell Coyotes. And I cut you off, and I apologize for that.
All right.
But man, I'm telling you right now, the change of the whole game right now has been Weathersby, by all means.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the beautiful passes thrown to him.
By Manny Fuentes,
by Manny Fuentes,
the junior. So 3-man front for the Roswell Coyotes defensively. Well, and that kind of goes back to like a 50.
Just great play by Truex, and they're going to get a hold here, and they may get to decline it because they're going to get him in the backfield. Yeah, they're going to say progress. Coach, they can decline that penalty because it's going to be a loss of 15.
And Eli Lynn was...
Well, Truex and Lynn on that side. You know, I think they moved Lynn to the inside on that play and Truex on the outside. And, you know, they showed that speed, that punt return, that kickoff returner speed from Truex and, you know, the good hustle from Eli Lynn. And surely he's going to decline this, right? And that way you get the down and the yardage.
But you would think so, Coach, but let's see what Coach Lynn decides to do here.
Did you see who
actually beat Arturo Bolaños?
Who made the tackle there?
Yeah, well, and it was credit's going to go to Eli Lynn.
Okay, so Eli Lynn wound up stopping the progress there for a 15-yard loss. So that's tremendous. That's like the penalty and the down.
So the Lovington Wildcats are in a little bit of trouble here as they go into a second down formation, second and 24. from about the 10-yard line.
Oh, just outside the 5, Coach.
Is it 5? Okay, 5-yard line.
Go after him. There's the quick hitter.
And there's a quick hitch. And wow, I saw number 62, it looked like to me. It looks like Braden Greathouse.
Wow, and that's Greathouse coming off the bench to play that defensive end position. And nice play. Which Greathouse is that? Because we have two. That's
so that was
Mason? No.
I had Braden Greathouse
Braden.
is what I saw, number 62.
Okay, Braden.
To our third announcer up here, Mr. Lobo. He's up here with us somewhere.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 24, left hash, and the quarterback again for Lovington is Aranda. Aranda taking the snap here, and there's going to be a fumble, and oh man, he dodges a bullet. And number 16, it appears to be Azai Carrasco.
Nice job, Zai, coming in on defense.
Taking the ball out to about the 10-yard line. Short of the first brings up a 4th down.
So it's going to be 4th and, I don't know, about 15?
Well, we're going to go, we'll go 4th and about 15, 16.
Well, they got to get to the 30.
Coach, it's going to be 4th and 20.
Yeah, 4th and 20. And so now it's Loya with maybe a shot here to show off those punt return skills.
So here it is. Isaac Loya will have an opportunity to run it back here. And there it is right there on the 40, 35, 30, 25, and going to be down about the 16-yard line. And I saw daylight right then and there, Coach.
Yeah. And that's a 35-yard return from Isaac Loya. And that is
huge.
That is huge, Coach. And that's the way you support your defense. You know, they make the plays down there and get them in a bad situation, and then Isaac Loya, your punt returner, makes them pay, and we're back in business here at the 16-yard line.
You're exactly right. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Left hash scores 14-8, and here comes Manny Fuentes and the Roswell Coyotes. Toss, and that's going to be to number 4, Christian Hernandez, and good run by Christian Hernandez as he gets forward progress and out of bounds. They're going to say about the 10-yard line.
I was going to give him 7. Looks like they're just going to give him 6, but a nice run on 1st down there for Christian Hernandez. You know, Coach was high on Christian last year, and then he got hurt.
An injury, yep.
Yeah, and it got to use him again late in the year, but.
No huddle here, and there's a little, here comes Seabass around the turn. 10, 5, touchdown, Sebastian Mendoza.
Yeah, run that speed option, and Seabass able to show his speed, and good for Seabass after struggling, being able to reel the ball in, he get able to pick up the pitch there. Actually, that's a pass, isn't it?
That is going to be a pass, Coach, and so you're going to give him credit for what?
10-yard touchdown pass.
From Fuentes to
Sebastian Mendoza.
Sebastian Mendoza, and the PAT by Kennard is up and good. Score now, 21-8. Coyotes lead here in this first quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to Roswell Football on KSCP-TV.com and 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Welcome back to Roswell High School football on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSCP-TV.com. 21-8 is the score, and it's kind of a jet sweep pass, whatever you want to call it, Coach, but a 10-yard pass from Fuentes to Seabass, Sebastian Mendoza. Sebastian Mendoza is good for 6, and the PAT is up and good by Peyton and Kennard. And just like that, the Roswell Coyotes are on top, 21-8.
And a good start from Manny Fuentes. You know, he has some drops, which is out of his control, but other than that, man, he's been sharp. I mean, I have not seen him miss on a pass. Obviously, the 2 long ones to Weathersby You know, the pass with the pass interference was on the money. The passes to Seabass were hot, but catchable. I mean, he's been real good.
And there is Kennard. Kennard kicks it deep. And let's see what happens here. Looks like number 33, Cardenas, will return it and be taken down about the 28-yard line.
First one there was Javier Garcia, junior backup defensive tackle. And
real quick, too, I'll have it fresh in my mind, Coach. The Roswell Lady Coyote volleyball team will be taking on Santa Teresa tomorrow. Varsity will be at 1 o'clock, so you have the C team starting at 11, JV at 12, and then the Roswell Lady Coyotes will be taking on at 1 o'clock.
Sorry to interrupt you. Return the favor there. We're not in mid-season form yet, Coach. I was just going to say those times are approximate because it is volleyball.
It is approximate, yes, sir. Uh-oh.
Look out.
Oh, good save right there by number 3. And guess who that was? Adrian Anaya. Wow, number 33. That was Cardenas once again. He was almost off to the races, but, man, I tell you what, Anaya saved the day there.
Well, and Cardenas last year as a freshman had 770 yards and 11 touchdowns. So, you know, that's a talented young man right there, and emphasize young, maybe more than talented.
First and 10 now from the 41, the middle part of the field for the Lovington Wildcats. And the quarterback remains Ashton Aranda. He's going to hand that off again to number 33, Cardenas. And there's going to be an injury on the play, it looks like.
Yeah, going to have to get a timeout there.
So it looks like there's going to be an official timeout. We'll take one too, Coach. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds. You're listening to KCPTV.com and 106.5.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
Welcome back to Roswell High School football. Had an official timeout as there was an injury in the play, and it looked like it was number 4, Alec O'Keefe for Lovington. And he is okay. It looked like he got up on his own will and jogged off there. So good to hear that he was just fine. Probably a little bit of a stinger there. I'm not sure, but
yeah, he did hop right up and get off the field. So looks like he's probably okay. The sophomore wide receiver there, Alec O'Keefe.
21-8 is the score. 4 minutes and a tick left in the first quarter. And as we were talking about, Coach, the Roswell Lady Coyotes do take on Santa Teresa tomorrow, and these are approximate times. I'm glad you meant to reference that. JVC starting at 11, 12 is JV, and 1 o'clock at the Coyote Den.
Yeah, we're planning on the 1 o'clock broadcast, but you might tune in a little early just to be sure.
Yep. There's going to be another handoff to Cardenas. And that was going to be taken down finally by number 25. And I believe that's going to be Jeremiah Moriel.
Yeah, and that young man can run the football in a well-designed and executed play with the little trap play it looked like up the middle in between the tackles. And all he can do is chase him when they play it that well.
First and 10 now from the Coyote 27-yard line.
And you got Noah Lynn in there, defensive tackle now, playing right next to his brother.
Ashton Aranda, number 12, the quarterback for Lovington. That's going to be a fumble, and it looks like the Roswell Coyotes might have the ball.
I don't know who forced it, but it was Truex who came up with it. So the fumble recovery for Truex. Have to go to the film to see who forced it. But it's going to be another turnover.
And these are approximate. Well, Coach, real quick, just I haven't received any text messages just yet. I don't know if you have yet, but we are receiving text messages. Anything that y'all like to have a shout out to anybody, please give Coach McDonald or myself a little text, and we'll be happy to make a call.
Oh, here's the reverse.
Reverse right here, and I can see who that is. Estrada, and you know how I know it's Estrada?
The shoes, baby, the shoes.
It is the shoes.
And the gloves this year. So a little 19-yard scamper for Estrada, and that one will be a run as it was the pitch backwards. So Estrada on the reverse.
Josh Estrada, number 13. First and 10 now from the 49-yard line, left hash, and here comes Fuentes. Gives it off to Bryce Sanchez, and Sanchez has forward progress and give him about, I'm going to give him about 3 yards, Coach.
Well, and that's going to be the kind of work that we're going to see from Bryce Sanchez. You know, he is going to be the workhorse.
Here it is. I'm going to be a bit surprised here, Coach, if you see something right here to Sagala, but let's see what happens. Pistol formation now for the Coyotes. Fuentes, the junior quarterback for the Roswell Coyotes, strong arm quarterback it is. He's going to set that up again. No, there's Fuentes going to take it himself, and no, he's going to be down, sacked for a loss.
And that's the second time on the read option that Fuentes has gotten into trouble. And you know, I'm not going to speculate why, really, but, you know, that something's going on with that read option play that is not working for the Coyotes.
3rd and 12 from the 47. We're approaching the 2-minute mark in the first quarter, and here comes Manny Fuentes in pistol again. Dropping back to pass. And, boy, just a good arm. And guess who he throws it to? Number 32, and that's going to be Weathersby. His favorite target thus far.
Yeah, just a little 5-yard throw to Weathersby.
Well, let's see if Kennard will do the punting for the Roswell Coyotes, and it appears he will.
And I like the punt here because of the situation of the game. You're up 2 scores. You are in their territory, but just barely. Why not just pin them deep and kind of sit on your lead? Although, remember, Kennard is a quarterback.
And there's the fake, and that's exactly what it is. And number 12 has it, and he's off to the races. That's going to be Malachi Mitchell, and he's going to be out of bounds.
Who made the throw, Coach? It was Eli Lynn.
Eli Lynn, and guess what? Well, we'll talk about that after a while, Coach, but Eli Lynn.
His first pass attempt, his young career. And so 17.
He's also a baseball player, Coach.
Yes.
We had the opportunity to work with him a little bit with some individual catching this summer. So it was fun to work with him and did a really good job.
Well, he did a good job in that 35-yard completion to Malachi Mitchell.
I'm saying that was big, Coach. 1st and 10 now for the Roswell Coyotes on the 17-yard line. And going to be left hash, and here comes pistol formation, and Fuentes gives it back to Sanchez. And Sanchez, I beg your pardon, that is going to be number 4, Christian Hernandez.
He goes from the 17 to the 7, so a little 10-yard scamper for Hernandez.
Kind of curious, Coach, where we're going to get the text from this year. I think last year was from Italy.
I think that was it. That record is going to be hard to break.
Somewhere like that, I guess. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was Italy.
It was a vastly different time zone, I remember.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 now. And looks like Christian Hernandez is going to be in for another Coyote touchdown. Touchdown, Coyotes.
12-yard score for Christian Hernandez. And the hits just keep on coming for the Roswell Coyotes as they are looking like an offensive juggernaut here in the early going, Coach. That first series had me a little worried, but boy, since then, my goodness.
Well, absolutely. Here comes Kennard now. He will kick the PAT up and good. Score now is 28-8. Coach, we're going to take a timeout. You're listening to Roswell High School Football on 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, and KCP.TV.com. We'll be right back.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Welcome back to Roswell High School Football here at the Wolf Bowl as the Coyotes lead 28-8. Had a 12-yard touchdown run by Christian Hernandez, and PAT was up and good. And this is, Coach, as you made reference to earlier, that first possession for the Roswell Coyotes, that was like, uh-oh, could this be...
It was disastrous.
Yes.
I mean, everything that could go wrong did.
And just like that, turned it around.
Yeah, and you know, they picked it up in every aspect of the game. You know, they pulled out the trick plays, and they got the deep kickoffs, they got the turnovers, you know, the forced fumble. Hadn't had an interception yet, but it's still early.
So Peyton Kennard...
Still in the first quarter.
Still in the first quarter, and I tell you what, I feel like, and I mean this in total respect, it feels like we're in Artesia because all we're doing is passing right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, you say that, but then you look at the stat sheet.
You're right, exactly.
We got three rushing touchdowns. But you're right. We've been very balanced, and that's something we expected this year.
All right, and looks like number 72. Jesus Gutierrez was the initial hit.
Yeah, we'll give him credit for the tackle for Jesus. He's a backup offensive lineman on the kickoff team, so that's showing a little athleticism for him as he runs about, I'll just check here to be sure, 5'8", 185. That's pretty athletic for a big kid. Well, we got our sideline cam going here for our people tuning in on KSVPTV.com.
And what a good job they are doing. Wow, that's a nice view, Coach. All right, here we go. It's Lovington's ball, first and 10 from the 49, left hash. And the quarterback will remain Aranda. Is it to Cardenas? And Cardenas is kind of off to the races here, Coach, and brought down by number 3, Anaya.
Yeah, and he's hitting that second level with regularity, and that's something that's an adjustment that Coach Bolaños is going to have to make.
That's exactly right. So we're about the right hash now, so it's going to be another first down for the Lovington Wildcats. And boy, what an exciting game this has been. Really just the first quarter. 47.5 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and it is now 7:48 on August 19th, 2022. Aranda getting directions from the sideline. Have twins. Actually, you got twins.
Yeah, both sides. We'll air this one out, going deep.
And there's going to be a touchdown by Lovington, and that one's going to be caught by number 7, Matthew Garcia.
Yeah, and Jeremy, he kind of went for the pick or maybe for the deflection there, and the receiver able to kind of bobble it and make the play for the score. Coach, with 42 points now scored in the first quarter of this game, it's kind of reminded me of that game we had a couple years ago in Lovington.
Yeah.
That was the highest scoring game in the history of New Mexico football. Remember that?
Yeah, that was, Coach. Now
I forget the score, but it was 70, some to 60 something.
So 28-14 is the score. Make it 28-15. Coyotes still do lead. Coach, we'll be right back. You're listening to Coyote Football on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSUPTV.com.
Find your path to a greater future at Eastern New Mexico University. With degrees offered both on campus and online, ENMU has the flexibility that you're looking for. And with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, New Mexico residents can now start, continue, or finish their bachelor's degree tuition-free at ENMU. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
Welcome back to Roswell High School football. We're here in Roswell, New Mexico, here at the Wool Bowl, the All-American City, as the Coyotes do lead 28-15. Quick shout out to Coach Josh Lynn, head coach at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. He says, let's go Coyotes. And Coach, wish you the best of luck as well up there in Kearney. That's my wife's alma mater.
And that's where
yes, sir,
Mr. Carrasco's playing, right?
Yeah, Justin Carrasco is also new ball player over there in Kearney, Nebraska.
So good luck to the Lopers, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, Coach Lynn always tuning in, catching his brother's game, and big supporter, obviously, of the program.
Just an excellent coach, and
yeah.
wish him the best of luck over there.
So we're going to get our favorite defensive end / kick returner again, as Truex is back to receive it. And if they run that starburst, let's hope they execute it just a little bit better than the first attempt. Well, or the second attempt. They fumbled the first one, and the second one was not real effective.
Well, but, of course, I think Robert Truex, though, he did see daylight right then and there, so he said, heck with it, let's just go for it. And so I don't blame him on that at all. So there's going to be a kick and into the end zone possibly, and it is. Touchback.
So no return there. We'll get Fuentes and the offense back on the field. Fuentes already with 127 yards, and that's in the first quarter. And, well, the 2 long bombs and then the 10-yard touchdown.
And, Coach, I'm just going to say it just like this is. If Manny continues to stay healthy throughout the whole year, he will be one of the top quarterbacks in the state of New Mexico.
Yeah, he's going to put up numbers because Coach Lynn obviously is, not afraid to use, that part of his offense.
1st and 10 now for the Roswell Coyotes, and there's going to be a little dump there to Bryce Sanchez.
And they're going to give him a whole yard on that one.
So we're approaching 10 seconds here. Let's see if we'll get one more play here in this first quarter. Twins to the top now. Manny will try it. There's going to be that. There it is. There comes the Seabass. He's on the 30, and that's going to end the quarter, Coach. So it was it was Fuentes to Mendoza on the quick pass. And it's going to be another first down for the Roswell Coyotes, and that will end the quarter. Coach, 28-15. Let's take another timeout and get ready for the second quarter. We'll be right back. You listen to Roswell High School Football on 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, and KSVPTV.com.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
28-15. Roswell Coyotes do lead as we begin the second quarter. Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald, live from the Wool Bowl as the Roswell Coyotes taking on the Lovington Wildcats. And I'm telling you, Coach, it's been a heck of a game.
Well, I don't think it's going to wind up being 112-60, but that's the pace we're on right now. Just a whole lot of offense, and just, the Coyotes have played good defense as well. They have had turnovers. They had, they forced the punt. They had the turnover. It's not like they're, giving up 2 touchdowns first quarter is not what the coach wants, but it's not like the defense has just been run over. On the other side of the ball, the Lovington defense has been run over by Manny Fuentes in the passing game and some long runs as well. We had the 20-yard run from Bryce Sanchez. We had the 20-yard run from Christian Hernandez. So it's been balanced.
1st and 10 from the 32 now, an empty set for the Roswell Coyotes, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout. Let's stay here, Coach, and talk a little football.
Absolutely.
I think we paid a lot of bills here in this first quarter, and
that's right. We need to start earning our money.
Absolutely. So, Coach, real quick, as we talked about, we referenced this at the beginning of the game. In the New Mexico Class 5A, Classification 5A, the top 4 teams come from this district.
Yeah, that's certainly unusual.
They have right now, according to Max Preps, the Goddard Rockets have them at 1, Artesia 2, Mayfield 3, and Roswell 4. And you know what I have not heard yet, Coach? I haven't heard any updates from around the state, so maybe Mr. Gene Dow can give us a text, and that way we can keep the city of Roswell
Goddard's playing Santa T, so we could use an update there. And then we have Artesia facing off against Carlsbad. I'm not sure where that game is, but we're definitely interested in those two games. And then Mayfield, I'm not sure who Mayfield's playing here in week 1. So any updates from our district teams or crosstown rival would be greatly appreciated.
82 degrees here on August 19th, 2022, as the Roswell Coyotes do lead 28-15 as we begin the second quarter. There was a timeout called by Lovington, and the Roswell Coyotes will go empty offense. Trips to the top, twins to the bottom. Fuentes
Got him. He's got him.
has a man open.
Wide
and there's a
open.
Josh Estrada in and out of his hands. And that was should have, could have, would have. Catches that. That's an easy 6.
Touchdown. It won't get an easier touchdown than that all season long. And Estrada just, it was too good. I mean, that ball must have looked like a beach ball up there for him. And it bounced off his hands like a beach ball. 4th drop.
Well,
Receivers.
Have a tight trip now, pistol, and he's going to hand it off again to Bryce Sanchez here. And, man, I'm telling you, that was just a heck of a throw by Manny Fuentes on that 3rd level is what I call. And, wow, Josh Estrada really had that opportunity.
Well, he was the only one on that level, Coach, when the ball hit him right between the 1 and the 3. And, I mean, it's like missing a wide open layup in basketball.
Well,
sometimes it just happens.
It just happens. Exactly right. 3rd and 7 now for the Coyotes. There's a pass to Sebastian Mendoza, and he is...
Yeah, maybe took a little too long picking and choosing his hole there.
Maybe a gain of 2 or 3, huh?
Yeah, I think we can give him 3.
Well, this is what I question here, Coach. I know you're on the Lovington Wildcats side of the field there. But I'm very curious to know, they're going to throw another fake.
No. We're going to see Peyton's leg on this one.
Well, Lovington thought the same thing.
Well, another Lovington timeout.
It's another Lovington timeout.
Well, Coach, let's stay here again.
Well, absolutely.
You referenced the Max Preps poll, and I'm a big fan of the Max Preps rankings. I think they do an excellent job. But it's not people picking. It's an algorithm, and it's numbers in a computer. And for the first week of the season, I mean, that algorithm is much more flawed than it is, in week 3 and week 6 and week 9 when they have all this data to work with. So I'm going with the coaches poll this week. I like what it says there, and it says Artesia's 1, Goddard 2, Roswell 3, Mayfield 4. I'm and close in the voting. That's the other thing. You could really, it's almost like 1A, 1B, 1C, and then Mayfield.
I mean, you're talking a matter of 3-point differential from 2 to 1, and then probably a 9 from 3 to 1. So yeah. I mean, it's right there. So
it's right there. It's those 3 teams, those 4 teams if you want, and then it's everybody else.
And that's a pretty good hang time there for Kennard. And there's it's going to be recovered by the Roswell Coyotes as number 3, Cesar Gonzalez, touches the ball, and it's going to be
Nate Quintero, Coach.
Quintero.
Backup cornerback, doing the job on special teams.
Well, there it is.
And Coach, boy, Quintero just another turnover, and that's 2 turnovers.
Well, the Coyotes will have a first down opportunity here due to the turnover. 1st and 10 from the 31, 28-15 is the score. And it looks like there's going to be another timeout. Let's see what happens.
Officials maybe weren't ready there.
Oh, okay. So Manny Fuentes, the quarterback for Roswell, still in pistol formation. We're going to call that twins on top with Estrada. Going to just ride and read them there, and there's Bryce Sanchez, and he might gain 1.
Yeah, and Coach, what's the term for the running back that carries all the time? And it's escaping me, but anyway, that's what Bryce Sanchez is going to be for the Coyotes this year. They're fine with him with these little 1-yard, 3-yard carries because
absolutely
it'll
just setting everything up.
Right, set up the rest of the offense.
And I wouldn't be a bit surprised right here if they utilize Bryce Sanchez again. But no, here comes Manny Sanchez going to the air, and there's going to be another pass. And boy, this is another drop pass.
You know, Coach, that one I'm not sure I call a drop, because that was enough behind Manny Segala that he had to stop. He had to turn his body completely around and still managed to get 1.5 hands on it. I think that's the first miss on a throw from Fuentes tonight. Okay. But again, could have been caught. It would have been a tremendous catch.
Well, definitely. I mean, first game, first week. And, of course, you can get that cleaned up, but postseason, those have to be caught.
Oh, absolutely.
3rd and 9 now, and here comes Fuentes. He's under pressure, and he has a man open. And touchdown! Giovanni Apodaca.
Oh, Coach.
Coach, does that look familiar?
Yeah. I just having flashbacks.
Oh, Giovanni Apodaca gets in the end zone, and we'll see here. Let's get this tallied up here. Touchdown pass by Manny Fuentes.
35 yards I'm going to give him. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I might have to fix that one in post. But Giovanni just stayed with it. You know, Manny probably shouldn't have thrown it into double coverage, and it was tipped up by the Lovington defender, and Giovanni just concentrating, takes it away from him, and
Kennard's good for the PAT.
Pulls his way in.
Just like that, 35-15. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSUPTV.com. We'll be right back.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
And we talked right through the commercial.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Welcome back.
We're excited. We apologize.
Welcome back to Coyote football. 35-15 on a 35-yard touchdown pass from Manny Fuentes to Giovanni Apodaca. It looked like it was going to be intercepted, but Giovanni Apodaca, guess what? Caught the ball at the highest point. Touchdown, Roswell Coyotes. 35-15 with 9:47. Here at the Wool Bowl, and man, it's been an exciting game. And Coach, I had this opportunity during the summer ball. I did go out and see the Roswell Coyotes do some workouts, and also went to a few 7-on-7 contests. And I'll tell you what, these two teams really battled out over at New Mexico Military Institute at the time, and it was fun to watch, and just some phenomenal athletes on both sides of the ball. But I'm going to tell you one thing, Coach, Manny Fuentes is the real deal.
He is, and again, that was a pass that probably shouldn't have been thrown, but you know, he's under pressure and he finds a way to give his receiver a chance at it, and that's the sign of a good quarterback.
And it's going to be returnable here.
Squib
kick, and boy, nice shot. Coach, I thought I saw Vernon Molinar, number 52 there, but could be mistaken there. Let's see.
I believe it was Molinar, his first.
Big wicket put on by Coyotes, number 16, Cy Carrasco.
They're saying Cy.
Carrasco again. Molinar was in the area, but Carrasco making his presence felt in the special team game. Yeah, Coach, if you had backup fullback Giovanni Apodaca finding the end zone twice in the first half on your bingo card, congratulations. But I had nothing against Giovanni. I mean, he's a tremendous player, but just shows how many weapons the Coyotes have this year.
1st and 10 from the 32, and that's Lovington's ball, and wow, good job.
Is that Cheetah?
It looks like Lomeli.
Yeah, got in there and tripped up quarterback, and that will be his tackle.
Sylvester Lomeli.
Senior defensive tackle, Sylvester Lomeli.
So Cheeto, his first mark on the score sheet here, and it's a good one. I'm going to give him tackle for loss on it, actually.
Wow, absolutely. So 2nd and 12, 2-yard loss. And here comes the Lovington Wildcats, and Apodaca, ran to the quarterback. So they're in shotgun left, double slot, and there's going to be the handoff to Contreras.
Well, he's slippery, isn't he?
And I see number 54, then I see...
Ooh. And not just slippery, powerful. I mean, you're carrying Molinar on your back. My goodness, that young man is also the real deal.
Yes, sir. And there was an assist there, and I'm trying to see a number there. I see Molinar. And 33, Eli Lynn.
Yeah, so Molinar, he's carrying Molinar on his back, and then Eli has to clean it up. But Eli's had himself a game already, hasn't he?
He really has, Coach. And he's another young man that has really gained some muscle as well.
Oh, he's huge.
Huge and just a phenomenal kid.
And we're going to have an offensive penalty here.
35-15 to score, 8:28 remaining in this first half. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. If you're listening just to 106.5 Roswell Talk FM, the score is 35-15 in favor of the Roswell Coyotes, and we still have 8 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in the first half.
Right, 50 points on the scoreboard, and we've got lots of the second quarter to play. That's not going to be your halftime score, I promise you.
No. Not at all.
Coach, I'm trying to think of the score of that crazy game in Lovington 2 years ago.
It was a record, correct?
But it was the record. And we looked it up later. The highest scoring football game in New Mexico high school football history.
And we were able to broadcast that game.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, wow.
And that's a sack. Who was it?
For the Coyotes, number 66, sophomore Mason.
Wow,
that's Mason. Mason.
Sophomore. So the younger Greathouse.
Greathouse credited with a sack.
That's showing us something, showing his speed there. Big sophomore goes at 5'11" and 180. I believe he's both taller and bigger than that. But
well, Coach, it's just amazing to see the success and of these young fellers, man. I'm telling you, seen him as freshman last year, and I'm telling you, Greathouse is just really, it looks like he's grown 2 more inches.
Yeah, no, and both of them. I mean, they both contributed tonight.
Absolutely. Around to the quarterback for Lovington, shotgun right. Going to have trips to the bottom here, and that's going to be handed off to Contreras, and he's still on his feet, and I see number 54 is what I saw. Looks like Damian Quesada, but could be mistaken. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I had Quesada on that tackle too.
Okay. So Damian Quesada will have credit for the tackle. It's going to be a third and probably about 12, 13 yards from the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and Coach, I'm a little bit surprised at how much they're running the football, but I think they should. I'm talking about Lovington now. I think they should run it more. I mean, that's been their most successful offensive play, has been handing the ball to the sophomore and letting him go.
Well, Cardenas, there's a draw play possibly, or there it is. They're going to talk about that. Oh, wow, what a hit by Anaya.
Yeah, and perfectly timed. Anaya goes up and meets the defender at the same time as the ball kind of came over the top of him and made sure he couldn't catch it. And just a wonderful pass defense.
Yeah, and I said draw. I meant to say screen, Coach, on that. It was just looked like the screen was opening up there, but Aranda ended up throwing that incomplete pass. So it's going to be a 4th down and 13 situation for the Lovington Wildcats.
Well, this is pretty risky here, Coach.
Empty set, trips to the top, 2 inches to the bottom here, and it is a risky opportunity here for Lovington, but they might trying to draw them offsides possibly. Nope.
Quick kick.
Quick kick.
Don't touch it. Just let it go.
That's still pretty dangerous in my opinion.
Well, but
it worked out for Lovington.
Worked out real well for Lovington.
So the Roswell Coyotes will take over on the 10-yard line.
And Coach, I kind of mentioned it coming out of a break here a little while ago, but Coyote defense has been pretty dang good tonight. I mean,
it really has.
They've given up the 2 scores, but they didn't give up the first score. That was a special team score. So they've really just given up the 1 score, and against the defending state champ high-powered offense like this in Lovington, that's really saying something. I'm impressed with this defense.
35-15. Coyotes 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. They're in Lovington territory, but it was just a quick kick by the quarterback, Ashton Aranda.
Yeah, real effective too.
And there's the fumble, and Lovington will recover. And that was Kennard that fumbled.
Was it? So they try the handoff to Kennard, and So he'll get negative yardage on the carry before the fumble. And that is the second turnover of the game for the Coyotes, and it's going to be another costly one.
Well, let's see right here, Coach. You referenced that the Roswell Coyotes defense was really having a pretty good game. Right now, they're really going to have to step up right here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lot to ask of any defense, but yeah, ball on the 5-yard line for Lovington.
Randy, the quarterback, and is going to hand it off to Cardenas, and Cardenas is going to be in for the touchdown.
And again, that's technically on the defense, giving up that 5-yard touchdown, but it's not. You know, that's not on the defense at all.
So 35-21, now's the score, and I'm curious to find out, to see what's going to happen here if they're going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Well, they're down 14, so
I said kick the PAT,
yeah,
but
and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
That's what's going to happen. And I believe that's number 11, Coach. Is that correct? Kicking the ball there, or is that? Oh, that's 13. That's
yeah, that's Contreras.
That's Lucas Contreras. Placeholder is going to be Alec Olguin.
Contreras did miss some PATs last year, but made that one.
That one's good, but there's a penalty.
Let's see.
It might be offsides on Roswell, but let's.
Well, and that would be the second penalty on Roswell
in the red zone.
Well, on the point afters, and you know if they go for 2 and get it here. No, they're just going to say that's good. So okay. No penalty.
Well, 35-22 is the score.
Oh no, there was a penalty. They're going to put it on the kickoff, I think, is what all those signals meant.
I think you're right. Well, let's just stay here, Coach, and talk a little football. 82 degrees is what I have here in Roswell. I tell you what, Coach, a couple days ago I was in about 55, 60 degree weather.
And where was this?
That was in Trinidad, Colorado.
Oh, okay, right.
It was nice nights, I can tell you that.
Well, we had to get out of the heat right before school started. We went up to Cloudcroft for a few days, and that was sure nice as well. But have you seen the football facility in Cloudcroft, New Mexico?
I have.
That is something else. I always wondered why we went and scrimmaged there and met teams from the Cruces area there, but what a beautiful football facility in Cloudcroft, New Mexico.
And it's about halfway for both squads.
Yeah,
you know, when you meet the Cruces schools, and Roswell drives up there, and it's just a cool night and good football, and I think it was good for Centennial, and I think it was good for Roswell High School. Prepared both teams for week number 1. 35-22 now is the score with 7 minutes remaining in the first half still. And, man, it's been an exciting game.
It has, and there is no. Oh yeah, they're going to walk off the penalty now, and I believe that's illegal shift or illegal formation when they put the arms out and flap like a bird. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty, a 15-yard penalty. So I don't know what that signal is then.
Well, Coach, I'm just kind of wondering what Lucas Contreras is going to do here. If he's going to just go ahead and kick it deep into the end zone, or if they're going to try something here.
Well, you're down 2 scores, Coach. I don't know. I'm real tempted to try the onside kick here.
That's what I'm saying. You got the hands team out there. 5-man front. Make it 6.
I don't think. Well, I'm not going to say that. And he's just going to put it through the uprights.
And he did.
Yeah, and not a lot of happy people on either side of the stadium about that decision, but Coyotes will take over at the 20. And the way things are going, could be in the 40s by halftime.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
I mean,
by both teams.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking Lovington probably doesn't get 3 scores in 7 minutes, but I think the Coyotes can get 1 in 7 minutes now that they have football. And the way that this offense has just been marching up and down the field.
I couldn't agree more. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now from the 20-yard line, middle part of the field, as Contreras kicked into the uprights on that penalty. But here is Manny Fuentes now still in pistol. That ball's going to be handed off, and I believe that was Sanchez But I know Sanchez and Kennard have been kind of switching off there.
Yeah, that was Sanchez.
Bryce Sanchez, you know what he reminds me of, and I think you might agree with this, is Gabe Nahar.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. And I can certainly see that for him for next year, when he gets bigger and stronger and maybe faster. I mean, Nahar was such a load, and that's the kind of bruising back that Sanchez is as well.
Just a strong kid. And there's going to be a pass and a catch, and I believe that was to Jordan Weathersby for about 7 yards, maybe 8. Let's see what happens here.
His third catch, he's up over 115 yards now, up to 115 yards, I should say. Weathersby comes off.
3rd and 2 now. Oh, and there looks like there was a blitz and maybe some movement by the Roswell Coyotes.
Well, Lovington defender timed the snap perfectly on the last play, and it was actually picked up nicely by the Coyotes, but that kind of thing can make you a little bit jumpy, and it looks like it's a procedure penalty, and it is. 4th penalty of the game for Roswell.
Okay, so it's a 3rd and 7 as the clock continues to tick. We're under 5 minutes and 40 seconds now. Looks like there's going to be an empty set for Fuentes, and there's going to be a timeout by Jeff Lynn. Well, guess what that means. Let's pay some more bills. We'll be right back. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell Talk FM and KSVPTV.com.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Welcome back. We're here at the Wool Bowl in Roswell, New Mexico. 35-22 is the score. 5 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first half. And the Roswell Coyotes took a timeout to discuss a little strategy here. They were in an empty set, and I'm kind of curious to see if they go back to the empty set.
Well, I was going to be curious of what they were going to do on an incompletion or a no gain play when it was going to be 4th and 2 at, about the 30-yard line, whether he would punt that one out or try to get the 2 yards. They don't get any yardage here. I know what he's going to do.
Well, and here they are. They're going to go into an empty set again, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it would be a quarterback draw. But let's see what happens.
We haven't seen Manny run the ball. I mean, he's attempted it a couple times, but here's the inside.
There's Weathersby. Slip screen, and there is another first down. And I'm going to tell you what, the kid is just having a great game.
Well, yeah. Another 15 yards for Weathersby. And whistling for an injured player hobbling off.
Well, and Jeff Lynn, just what a coach he is, man. He just really...
Yeah, we've seen that play before. We've seen it for years, but they just execute it so well. And like you said, Weathersby's got it going on right now.
Bryce Sanchez has the toss, and he will be out of bounds.
Nice play on first down here, though, because it gets him 7 solid yards on first. Stops the clock. Not that it's really an issue quite yet, but that makes for a 2nd short, and that's when a good quarterback can burn you.
Absolutely. 2nd and 3, and there's going to be number 4, Hernandez. Gets another Coyote first down.
He's going to get... I guess they're just going to give him... Now they're going to give him 6. I was just going to give him 5, but they got a good spot.
Okay, so you have twins to the top now. You have 1st and 10 from the 49. Middle part of the field, Estrada in the green shoes. Twins to the top, pistol formation. And another quick screen, and there comes Estrada, and he will be close to a first down, and he gets it. He's off to the races, and there's 30. 25-20, and he's going to be down, but there is a flag on the play.
It's all coming back.
And it's going to be a hold.
Chop block.
They call it chop?
Looks like it. So that's a costly penalty. So instead of having the ball at the 20 or so, they could have the ball all the way back to their own 35 and have a 1st and 25 to deal with.
Still not getting any scores, Coach. I'm real surprised.
Well, me too. Our helpers are not in mid-season form yet either.
That's true.
So there it is, 15-yard penalty, and it's going to put the ball at the 36, make it 1st and 24, I believe. And I didn't see the play, but I did see the flag come out, and it was one of those where the official is vehement about putting that flag on the turf. So obviously saw something pretty clearly. And too bad because, as you said, Estrada had a really nice run after the catch there.
So we have Segala on top. Weathersby, Estrada have trips down here to the south, or excuse me, to the west. And here comes Fuentes under pressure. And he will be taken down for a loss.
And it's going to be a sack, so. You know, and Coach, what I've noticed at least 3 times now, Fuentes is going to have to read the defense a little bit better. They're timing that snap. They've got his cadence, or they've got something where they've got a linebacker, you know, full bore at the line of scrimmage right as the snap comes in, and it's hurt them.
Empty set for Roswell, 2nd and 28 from the 32, and here comes Fuentes again, blitz, and there's that quarterback draw. Fuentes can run, and he is going to be back to the original line of scrimmage, breaks a tackle at the 45-yard line, and it will bring up a 3rd down and about 5 or 6. So good job by Manuel Fuentes.
23-yard on the keeper, and that gets him to a positive 3 yards on the day. But a great run, and gives them a chance for 2 downs here, because 3rd and 7. I mean, Lovington territory here. That's definitely 4-down territory for Coach Lynn.
Kyle, stay in the empty set. Trips to the top, twins to the bottom. Could be a quick pass. There's a sidearm. There's the Segala with the catch, and he is dropped down about the 37-yard line.
We're going to give him 8 yards on the carry, or on the catch, for Segala, his first catch. And
it will be another Coyote 1st down. 35-22 is the score, 3:34 remaining in the first half.
Did you see they timed that one too? They had someone
they did.
coming in. You know, that's an adjustment that's got to be made again.
There's pistol formation, and Bryce Sanchez will get about 7 yards there.
So the workhorse back, I think that's the term I was looking for and couldn't find earlier.
Oh, the workhorse.
Is it? I mean, what do they call that? No, there's another word for it.
Well,
Jerry Jones used to use it all the time, and I can't think of what that adjective for that kind of running back is.
Well, there's Christian Hernandez. Looks like he might.
He's going to lose a yard.
Yes, minus 1 yard for Hernandez.
Josh Carrasco, at number 74.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 4 situation for Roswell.
Donovan Morales split out wide here.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. So Morales, number 11.
He's going to get a chance.
And there's going to be another touchdown.
And who else?
Guess what? It's going to be number 32, Jordan Weathersby. Touchdown, Coyotes. Oh, my gosh.
Welcome to varsity football, Jordan Weathersby.
And you're going to give him credit for the pass of?
31 yards.
31-yard touchdown pass from Manny Fuentes to Jordan Weathersby. That's 3 touchdowns on the night for him. PAT is going to be kicked by Kennard. That's up and good. Scores now 42-22. Coyotes do lead. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. You're listening and watching KSVPTV.com and 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We'll be right back.
Find your path to a greater future at Eastern New Mexico University. With degrees offered both on campus and online, ENMU has the flexibility that you're looking for. And with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship, New Mexico residents can now start, continue, or finish their bachelor's degree tuition-free at ENMU. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
(42-22) is the score. The Roswell Coyotes do lead, and an excellent pass once again by Manny Fuentes. 31-yard touchdown pass to guess who? Jordan Weathersby. PAT up and good. Coyotes lead by 20.
Coach, great as a pass and great as a route that was. Good protection too, by the way. I was really impressed by the pass before that, because it looked like he pulled the old Magic Johnson there and looked to the outside receiver and then flipped it to the inside receiver, who was wide open. I mean, impressive young man. I mean, there's still work to do. Obviously, it's game one. It's half one of the season. But hanging 42 on the board.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised, Coach, if we have one more score.
Well,
there's that possibility.
I mean, a 3 and out, it could happen. Turnover, another turnover.
The offense attack by Roswell is looking promising.
Again, this is a team, even though they're the state champs, they're not known for their defense.
Oh.
What happened there? Were we getting onside there? It's going to be basically a offsides penalty on the Coyotes.
Well, Zy Carrasco was offsides, and it looked like number...
Well, 2 or 3 guys
Yeah,
were.
Donovan Morales. I don't know what happened.
Well, Kennard didn't kick it. I mean...
Well, but why is what I'm saying is, was there...
Right. I don't know why.
The ball didn't fall. It's a 5-yard penalty.
I mean, maybe the coverage guys took off ahead of Kennard and he just stopped because he knew they were going to be offsides anyway. I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
Who knows?
Another penalty, and that's too many, but not. That's a 5th penalty for the Coyotes.
And there's Kennard. And that's going to be returnable.
Yeah, kind of a team tackle there. It's going to be hard to determine.
Make that the 38. And that's going to be good.
And I'm going to give credit to number 72, Jesus Gutierrez, his 2nd special teams tackle. And the night is young.
Very, very young. 42-22 is the score, and that is correct. 42-22, and we're not at halftime yet. With 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining, it is Lovington's ball, and you have Ashton Aranda, the quarterback for Lovington, shotgun right. You have double slot, and here comes motion. And there's going to be a bad snap, and let's see if Aranda has an ability to escape and throw it away.
He does.
And he does.
And Eli Lynn all over him in the backfield there after the errant snap. And just a nice play by Aranda just to...
There's a flag, a late flag.
It's going to be grounded.
Well, I don't know if there was something said.
Eli Lynn. Big pressure put on by Lynn, causing the grounding by the quarterback.
They're going to say intentional grounding?
Well, did the public address just say it was a penalty on Eli Lynn?
Well, they said it was intentional grounding, but then there might have been a flag on Lynn. Eli Lynn.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The flag came very late.
Maybe offsetting? I don't know. I don't know if there was...
Well, for those of you who didn't see the play on KSVPTV.com, no, it's grounding.
Yep.
I think he was just giving credit to Lynn. I think the problem was maybe the ball did not get to the line of scrimmage. on the pass. I'm not sure that's the rule. I know that's a rule in some leagues of football, but it's going to wind up being a
10-yard penalty. No, 15. No, even more than that.
Well, they've got to get to the 48 for a first down.
About a 15-yard penalty. So we're going to
be a
call
15. So and lost it down. So it has to be the grounding.
So a 2nd and 20 is what it says here. It is lost it down. There's motion. And there's Aranda again.
Oh, I see why they were saying Eli Lynn. Pick.
There's a flag, and that might be a pass interference.
Or contact down the field or something. So I think they were acknowledging Eli Lynn because on a intentional grounding, the person that is pressuring the quarterback gets credit for a sack. So
correct.
They're going to give Eli Lynn a sack on that penalty. But this penalty is going to go against the Coyotes. Well,
that grounding. Oh, well, let's see what happens here.
yeah,
They're going to call it on Lovington again.
no. They did get the defensive holding on the Coyotes. So
I do have an update here. Artesia 9, Carlsbad 7, and then the 3rd. Goddard 13.
Santa Teresa
3 in the 3rd. And we're still here in the first quarter, in the first half. Okay, so we have 2nd and 18 now from the 30 right hash. And again, it's around to the quarterback. Shotgun left. Double slot, your Twins.
play clock down to 7.
Just depends on who you're talking to, I guess.
They better get it off. They do.
And there's Contreras. He's going to have it. And
Nice play.
the Coyotes might have one more opportunity if they can, if the defense can hold them here in this down.
Number 23 for the Coyotes.
It's Isaac Loya on the tackle. And unfortunately, Coach Lynn has used 2 out of his 3 timeouts. This might have been a time to use it, save a few ticks, but it is 3rd and long. So maybe he's waiting to use it if they stop him here. I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah. So you got tight or trio down here for Lovington. Shotgun right, and here comes Aranda again under pressure, and he is going to be sacked, and there's a fumble. And the Coyotes will get it back, and it looked like it was Robert Truex possibly. It is Truex.
Truex recovered. I didn't see who knocked it out. But yet another turnover, and Coyotes have scored on all the other turnovers. Let's see if they can make it 3 for 3. Plenty of time, as they will have the ball on the 37 of the Wildcats. And how about this opportunistic defense, Coach? They're showing me something tonight.
Well, you have Twins now to the top with Weathersby, and it looks like Seabass. You got pistol formation. I believe it's going to be Bryce Sanchez behind, and it is. Fuentes driving back to pass. He's going, he finds a man deep, and he has Weathersby, and almost a one-handed catch.
What an effort by Weathersby.
And that was a, Coach, that was a 45-yard pass.
In the air.
In the air.
And
why not take a shot?
Well, and why not to Weathersby? Because, you know, he's been everything in this game, and what a pass, Coach. He put that ball 45 yards in the air where only Weathersby could get it. Now, he couldn't get it, couldn't pull it in. But my goodness, what a throw.
Well, we're going to go back and empty set now. Trips to the top, twins to the bottom, and Fuentes, the lone back, he might do a quick pass, and that one is on Manny.
Yeah, and
that was just a miscommunication, and I think Manny just overthrew that one there. So,
well, it's either a very bad overthrown ball, but I agree with your first assessment. I think that was he thought he was going to zig when he zagged. Stops the clock, however, and it is 3rd and 10. Definitely going for it here if you don't.
Well, you go for it twice, one way or another.
Right. You don't convert here, and it's not going to be a run unless it's a Manny Fuentes run.
You stay in empty set. There's trips again, and
it is a Manny
pressure,
Fuentes run.
Look at Fuentes go. Fuentes is going to be taken down about the 12-yard line, and another Coyote first down. Coyotes tempting.
20-yard run for Fuentes.
Coyotes threatening once again, and they're going to stay in empty. No huddle. Trips to the bottom now, twins to the top, and Fuentes now. The quarterback once again, and dropping back to pass, and boy, here it comes. Fuentes has a man open, and that one's going to be to Segala.
He did the toe tap, but it didn't go out of bounds.
Oh.
Got an extra yard. So a 6-yard completion to Segala.
Just a great throw and a great catch. And it's going to be 2nd down and 4. And, Coach, like I said, if we don't get into the end zone in 3 opportunities, or actually let's go 2 opportunities, you will be kicking the field goal. But don't count Manny Fuentes and the Coyotes out because you have trips to the top and twins to the bottom here.
I'm not sure they kicked the field goal on 4th down, Coach.
And there is going to be another first down for Roswell High School, and Bryce Sanchez will get credit for that catch.
9-yard catch for Bryce Sanchez, his 2nd of the day. And gaudy numbers for Fuentes. We'll go over those at halftime, obviously, but there's no chance of a field goal attempt here.
Yeah, 1st and 2 from the 2. You have Sanchez now as the back. Pistol formation. And there's Bryce Sanchez in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Bryce Sanchez. Wow. The Coyotes. Wow.
Coach, I mean, on pace to hang 100 on him.
Oh, wow, Coach. That's all I can say is wow. 48-22. And the holder for the Roswell Coyotes is going to be L.J. Macias. PAT is going to be up and good for Kennard, 49-22.
Coach, and L.J. Macias just took a snap that was bouncing around like a pinball, somehow got it down. And it's good by Kennard.
Coach, we've had, well, we'll have to recap here momentarily, but we have 47.9 seconds remaining in the first half. Coyotes do lead 49-22. And you know what? I wouldn't be a bit surprised if something happens here.
Well,
nothing surprises me,
It's
Coach.
been a crazy, crazy first half of football. I mean, it feels like it's been a whole game. And
well, Coach, it is.
It is not halftime.
8:38, and it's almost going to be 4th quarter in other areas of the state.
Yeah, I mean, this is nuts. I mean, they're definitely starting the 3rd quarter or halfway through it. Some games, but you know, you get 2 high-powered offenses, which we have, and you know that means you're passing the ball a lot, so that you know. You're going to have a stoppage of play a lot.
Well, I was looking at Coach Avalos there and Coach OG there. And of course, it looks like Boggs. They had somebody there, and Coach Lynn just took over. The commander-in-chief says, wait a minute, come here, and changed something.
Well, we'll see if something's going to happen.
Could he onside kick, Coach?
Oh.
Would he onside kick? Should he onside kick?
The answer to those 3 questions are yes, yes, and I don't know.
Okay.
But probably not. I mean, this is... I mean, Lovington can hang points on you, too. I don't think you mess with giving them a short field here. I think you see if Kennard can put this one, you know, right on the W in the end zone.
Okay, well, let's see what Kennard does here. There's going to be that little bit of a... Oh, no!
And
little pooch, just a little strong.
Yeah, just a little strong on the little pop-up attempt there, and Keegan Nichols in there for the tackle.
Coach Lynn really showing no mercy right now.
Well,
he's saying, hey, let's get ready to rock and roll. He wants to get back to, well, I don't want to say this prematurely, Coach, but he wants to win it all this year.
Well, he does every year. I mean, that's always the goal, and you know, no matter what kids he has on his roster, he believes it that he can play for a state title every year. And the thing about believing that when you're Coach Jeff Lynn is you're right.
Absolutely. So Randa the quarterback again. That's going to give it to Cardenas. And that's Cheeto Lomeli. Oh, Coach, I can't wait till about October. Get a little fog, coldness.
Well, we got cool tonight, Coach. I'm so grateful for that. Here's a long pass attempt and nice catch.
Jeremiah Moriel on the tackle.
Out to the 46-yard line.
And we're going to have a timeout.
On the field.
And that will be the last timeout for the Wildcats, I believe.
That is correct. I don't know. You want to go to a timeout? Let's take one. We'll be right back. 30 seconds. We'll be back at KSVPTV.com.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years. And they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
14.7 seconds remaining in the first half here at the Wool Balls. The Roswell Coyotes do lead 49-22. Art Sandoval, Kellen McDonald here as the Lovington Wildcats have a 3rd down and 1 situation. Is it possible, just is it possible, Coach, that the Roswell Coyotes could have another opportunity to score?
Well, I think if they don't get the ball here, if they don't get the first down here, they don't try to. They let the clock run out. I mean, they're not going to risk giving the Coyotes the football with any time on the clock, even if it's one play. I mean, with the arm that Fuentes has,
there's Aranda.
All you need is one play,
and he has a man open. And good defensive play by Jeremiah Moriel.
Yeah. And he was basically having to cover 2 guys down there, and that was really well done by Jerm. I mean, that's a nice defensive play there.
Update here. It's going to be 4th down and 1 with 9 seconds, 9.5 seconds.
Right, and that's probably too much time to just run around. I mean, unless you roll the quarterback out and then throw it deep, which is probably what I would do here.
14.
Because I think Lynn has a timeout left.
Carlsbad 14, Artesia 9 in the 3rd quarter.
That's 2 opponents that we're going to play this year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Here we go, 4th and 1, and Aranda, the quarterback, almost loses it, and he's going to see if he can get a first down. No, he's going to throw it downtown, and that's going to be intercepted. I would have just knocked it down to get the ball back over here with 2 seconds left.
Well, there's always a chance of a run back. It was an interception by Adrian Anaya.
Was that Adrian Anaya or Monreal?
Number 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at halftime. The score is 49-22. I think we're going to take a 7-minute break. Is that what we're going to do, Coach?
Let me just look here. Not quite that long. We're going to take a 3-minute break.
Okay.
And then do something else.
Okay, we'll be back here in 3 minutes. You're listening to Roswell High Football on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSVPTV.com. We'll be right back.
It's Big O Tire's 60th anniversary sale, and this deal is a hot one. Get $100 in instant savings when you buy 4 select in-stock sets of Big O brand tires with paid installation August 1st through the 21st. An exclusive deal for our most valued customers. For 60 years, you've trusted Big O Tires to give you quality service and excellent prices on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. We want to show our gratitude for 6 decades of support, loyalty, and community. And what better way to do that than with a great sale? Hurry into your neighborhood Big O Tires and save $100 instantly when you buy select sets of 4 Big O brand tires, August 1st through the 21st. Big O Tires, the team you trust since 1962. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. See store for details.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor, as he does everything to make
my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
we really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a dealer.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force. And if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you got to use the right stuff. And you got to do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick.
Welcome back to Roswell High School football. We're at halftime, and the Roswell Coyotes lead 49-22 with a lot of entertainment here. But before we do anything, Coach McDonald, if you talk to us about some stats.
Sure. We're going to go with special team stats first, and we have Peyton Kennard converting on 5. No, it's got to be... Yes, 5 extra points. We had the 2-point conversion, which we'll go over later. He did have 1 punt attempt, and that was blocked. It resulted in 1 of the 3 Lovington touchdowns. Isaac Loya had 1 punt return for 35 yards, and Robert Truex had 2 kick returns for a total of 29 yards. Move to the defensive side of the ball, where Adrian Anaya chipped in with 2 tackles and an interception there at the end of the first half. Robert Truex recovered 2 fumbles. Isaac Loya and Wes Gallegos chipping in with 1 tackle each. Jeremiah Monreal with 4 tackles. Eli Lynn, 2 tackles and a sack. Vernon Molinar and probably a forced fumble, but we're not sure on that one. Vernon Molinar and Damian Quezada, the starting linebackers, each with a tackle. Cheeto Lomeli, 2 tackles, 1 for a loss. Zai Carrasco with 2 tackles off the bench. Jacob Cedillo, Mason Greathouse, and Keegan Nichols each had 1 tackle. Greathouse's was a sack. And Jesus Gutierrez with 2 special teams tackles. And now we go to the offensive side of those statistics. And let me tell you what, Coach and I talking during the break, this is as impressive a first half of football as we've seen from a Roswell High quarterback, and we don't know how long. We didn't figure that part out, but going way back maybe to the original Manny Fuentes. But Manny, 12 of 19, 229 yards, 3 touchdowns. And, you know, of those 7 incompletions, at least 4 drops. I mean, and 1 was questionable, and maybe 5 drops. But 12 completions, 229 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a half of football. Eli Lynn also with a 35-yard pass to add to the team total there, approaching 300 yards of passing in, like I said, in just the first half. Receiving, Manny Segala, 2 catches for 14. Malachi Mitchell, 1 catch for 35. Sebastian Mendoza, 2 catches for 22 and a touchdown. Giovanni Apodaca, 3 catches, 44 yards, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Bryce Sanchez with 2 catches for a total of 10 yards. And Jordan Weathersby, the junior, what a debut for him at the varsity level here. He had 5 balls caught 5 balls for 161 yards and a touchdown. So we will go to the rushing statistics. The leading rusher for the Coyotes was Bryce Sanchez. He is 12 carries for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Peyton Kennard, 2 carries for -2 yards, but a touchdown. Manny Fuentes, 5 carries for 23. Sebastian Mendoza, 2 carries for a total of 6 yards. Christian Hernandez, 6 carries for 53 yards, and Josh Estrada with 1 carry and 18. And there are the statistics, first half statistics for the Roswell Coyotes, as they lead the defending state champ Lovington Wildcats 49-22 at the half. That's not a final. We are at halftime.
Well, Coach, you just read a novel there, buddy, because I'll tell you what, there was just nothing but just.
Coach, I was afraid that they were going to rack up some more stats before I was done reading.
Well,
I had it.
That's exactly right. So, well, Coach McDonald, that is exactly right. 49-22 the score. The Coyotes do lead. It is halftime, and it looks like the Charlie's Angels and the Big Red Band are performing at halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back here shortly. We'll see you in just a bit.
This is the owner of Trustmark Roofing, and nothing makes us happier than telling our customers no. As in, no pricing games. We give you a guaranteed price, and then we stand by it. No surprises, no gotchas. No obscurity. We don't just tell you what's wrong with your roof. We record our inspections and show you. No lemons. We install premium roofing materials from top brands like Owens Corning. No shortcuts. We're in the 2% of roofers with the Owens Corning Preferred Contractor Certificate for our local area. This means we offer precision installation and the longest warranties. Want a beautiful new roof that's built to last? Choose Trustmark Roofing, the roofer that loves to tell our customers no. For a free estimate, call us at 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday, to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
August is back to school month. It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to keep safety in mind as you send loved ones off to school. Central Valley Electric Cooperative would like to share some safety tips to keep in mind. Slow down and watch for school zones. Put your phone away. Don't get distracted. Stop for buses loading or unloading students. CVE wishes everyone a safe transition back to school. Remember to be safe and be smart this school year.
Welcome back to Roswell Football on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSVPTV.com. Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald here at the Wool Bowl, and I'm telling you what a game it has been. The Roswell Coyotes have scored on 7 different possessions. A real quick recap on the first possession. Bryce Sanchez scores on a 4-yard touchdown run, and the PAT by Peyton Kennard was no good. And then on the second possession, you had a 1-yard touchdown run by number 9, Peyton Kennard. And the 2-point conversion by Apodaca was good. Third offensive possession for the Roswell Coyotes, you had a 10-yard touchdown pass from Manny Fuentes to Sebastian Mendoza. Kennard's PAT was up and good. Fourth possession with 12-yard touchdown run by Christian Hernandez. PAT by Kennard was up and good. Fifth position, 35-yard touchdown pass by Manny Fuentes to Giovanni Apodaca. PAT was up and good. And then the sixth offensive possession, 31-yard touchdown pass by Manny Fuentes to Weathersby. PAT up and good. And then finally, on the seventh offensive possession, a 2-yard touchdown run by Bryce Sanchez. PAT up and good. Score is correct, 49-22. We're here at halftime. And, partner, I'll tell you what, man, it's been nice to see the offense here. And I just want to touch base here with, or let's make reference real quick to Manny Fuentes. He was over 200 and what yards?
And he was 12 of 19, 129 yards.
129.
No, 229.
229.
229 yards and 3 touchdowns. And as we said, you know, you can debate, but at least 3 drops, if not 4 or 5. I mean, it's, you know, he throws a hard ball, yes, and the receivers are, you know, you think they've been practicing catching those hard balls, but, you know, that's too many drops, as you said.
Yep.
Early in the season, you know, you can live with it a little easier than you can later on in the season, especially get to district time. But really, he had Estrada drop the layup.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been a 300-yard passing half for Fuentes very easily.
Wow, just amazing to see. And, you know, Coach, again, you know, that first possession of the ball game, I'm just talking the first position of the whole ball game, you know, the Roswell Coyotes, it was 4 and out. And then, you know, blocked punt. And you and I were discussing like, oh, wow, what's going to happen this year? And now, just like that, the offensive attack of the Roswell Coyotes. Manny Fuentes, you had Bryce Sanchez. I mean, there's a lot of weapons. You had Sebastian Mendoza.
I mean, Christian Hernandez, 53. He's on pace for 100 yards.
Giovanni Apodaca,
touchdown, 2-point conversion.
I mean,
backups. You got Eli Lynn with a 35-yard pass.
Just amazing to see, you know.
Part.
So, and the defensive side of the ball, I'll tell you what, the Roswell Coyotes really doing their job defensively. What are your thoughts on the defense?
Oh, well, Coach, I mean, I couldn't be any more impressed with them. I mean, you talk about a 3-score game for half for Lovington, but one is a defensive touchdown, and one, the offense fumbles at their own 5-yard line, and so that's really not on the defense at all. The defense has given up 1 score, Coach.
Right.
1 score. And they've forced 3 turnovers. And, you know, that helps out an offense more than really basically anything.
Well, one of the things, Coach, we have 2 minutes left before we start. And one of the things I want to get your opinion on right now is what is Jeff Flynn going to do in the second half?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to depend on how the half goes. To start off the third quarter, he's going to keep stepping on the gas for sure.
Well,
I mean, without a doubt, that's what he's going to do. I mean, this is an explosive offense that Lovington has. They can score points in a hurry. They can get back in this game very easily. So there's going to be no let up in the third quarter. Now, if it gets away from them, you know, you know, it's 65-22, then you're going to see a lot of subs.
Well, and you're exactly right, Coach. I wouldn't count Lovington out at all. I mean, I'm telling you, you had a strong quarterback in Ashton Aranda, and I know he's a senior quarterback, but you also have that Lucas Contreras and, you know, Cameron Ochoa that are youngsters here. I mean, I know Lucas Contreras is a senior. He does the place kicking and stuff, but you have Ochoa that is also a sophomore wide receiver, and that combination between Aranda and Ochoa could be effective here in the second half. But again, if Coach Bolaños, defensive coordinator for the Roswell Coyotes, you know, continues doing what he's doing, man, this could be a shutout here, Coach.
Well, and, you know, Aranda's a great quarterback, but he did lose his top 3 receivers from last year, you know, and you know, his top returning receiver was his statistically was his number 4 receiver last year.
Right. And what I mean by shutout, Coach, I know the score's 49-22, but I'm talking the. We'll see what happens there. But I'm with you. I think Coach Lynn continues to press on the gas here. Don't let anything up. Continue playing defense and work on the little things. And right now, I think that you still continue with the passing game. You continue trying to throw to Sebastian Mendoza a little bit. I know he has 3 drop passes, but at the same time, I think you need to get those reps.
And I'm glad he got the passing touchdown later on, because that can help with confidence. Now, Seabass doesn't lack for confidence. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he could. He's the kind of kid that, in basketball we say, he might have missed his last 10 shots, but he's going to shoot it like he just made his last 10.
Defensively, Coach, we're talking about Robert Truex. He's already had a couple of fumble returns, if I'm not mistaken. I know one for sure, but,
2 fumble recoveries.
It was 2 fumble recoveries, right?
Yep.
And you have to give credit to that defensive line as well, too. You're talking, Eli Lynn, you have Sylvester Lomeli, you have Ladoza. Truex, you have Monreal that really did a good job. And I keep on saying Monreal, it's Monreal.
Yeah.
So Salvador.
But you're talking about that defensive line, Coach. And
Lazoya is what I meant to say.
Yeah, Lazoya is new. Truex is new. Eli Lynn coming over from offense is new. Lomeli does return as a defensive tackle. And Coach rotates players. We saw, Greathouse, and we saw even Noah Lynn in there for a few plays. So, it's always kind of been defensive line by committee, but I'll tell you what, you just can't say enough about the defense.
Well, Adrian Nye was there. I mean, he had a couple of key hits. He had Jorge Chavez in the ball game. You had Vernon Molinar, Damian Casada, Isaac Loya. I mean, just playing some good defensive ball for the Roswell Coyotes, and it's just going to be kind of interesting to see what happens here in the second half. You and I both agree on that. Of course, we're up here, Coach Lynn's down there, and I really do think he's going to press on the gas here and really try to make some noise here, especially with 4 teams in the district being in the top 4 in the state of New Mexico. And I think you really have to make a mission statement here.
Well, you do, and it honestly could come down to some crazy tiebreakers too, and you're going to have some common opponents.
And I'm glad you said that because, and again, I cut you off, and I apologize for that, but I think, when I went up to the coaches school this year, and we talked with Sally Marcus, the New Mexico Activity Association executive director. We talked, and there's going to be some, the 6 criteria still, but there's a lot of things that are changing, and so you really want to put. If you have a tiebreaker, you go by strength of schedule now, and instead of, some of the other criteria that were happening. I think you really have to make a mission statement in week 1.
Well, and it's not just a statement because they do use the Max Preps rankings at the end.
The algorithm, of course.
Right. So, if you beat a quality team by 35 points, it takes that into consideration. Now, the 6 criteria, 13 points. That's the best you can do.
That's the best you can do.
But Max Preps, you blow them out, it takes that into consideration. So it's, I mean, there's still things to play for here. And like we said earlier, game's not over.
Yeah, it's far from being over. And like I said, I've seen a lot of, this is our, I don't know, we were talking 6th, 7th, 8th year together here doing radio and TV together, which has been great. But one of the things I really like doing is talking the strategy, and especially in between, before the games and at halftime, the what ifs. What are we going to do, and how are we going to do it, and what are the strategies of Coach Lynn, the commander-in-chief, the veteran head coach. He has a young team still, and I mean, there are some veterans, but man, he seems to amaze me every time he gets on the field, and that's just the team. They believe in his program. They believe in everything that's going on. And now, do they have disagreements sometimes? I'm sure they do, but he really, really has just done a good job with this program.
Well, and I think you hit the key point there. He's got the buy-in. He's got the buy-in from the kids, and that's what makes a successful program. You can't be good unless you have that, and he's got that 100% with this team, and not just this team. He's got it with the JV, and he's got it with the freshman team. And our JV and freshmen have been so good,
undefeated
for the last couple of years, and now it's going to pay dividends for the varsity program.
Well, here we go. We're about to begin the 3rd quarter. The Coyotes do lead 49-22. And ladies and gentlemen, if you would love to, I'm asking actually to give us some updates from around the state. We didn't get an opportunity to get on the internet and see anything. We've been kind of occupied up here, but there's going to be the kickoff by Kennard. As we talked about earlier, the Roswell Coyotes lost the toss in the first, before the game, Lovington won it, so they defer to the second half.
So just forced out of bounds. He ran about 60 yards, and he got about a 12-yard return out of that.
And he is going to be winded on that. So number 20, looks like number 20 is Weiser, or Ryan Weiser. It looks like he is limping off the field for Lovington on his own will. Then he says, stretch me out. It might be a cramp for the young man.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
1st and 10 on the 30 for Lovington. 49-22, 11:51 remaining in the third quarter. We just started.
Down, you know, tighter. And oh,
wow, what a pancake there.
Yeah, and heard the footsteps because
that was number 52, Coach. That was, I believe that's Vernon Molinar.
Right, Molinar had him in his sights and couldn't hold on to the ball. So nice job there from Vernon. Vernon, the Mike linebacker.
Got an update, Coach. That's 21-9. Carlsbad does lead Artesia in the fourth quarter.
Oh, wow. There's implications there for us.
Yes, sir. 2nd and 10 now in the 30, left hash for the Lovington Wildcats. Looks like the defense for the Roswell Coyotes threatening here, but
yeah, everybody went with Cardenas, and it was the keeper from Aranda.
Is that Cardenas, or is that
no? He faked to Cardenas.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying the defenders all went with him, and that's a smart move most of the time.
By Aranda?
Yeah.
So now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4th situation here. You got the Charlie's Angels, Coach. You have the Roswell High School cheerleaders down there performing.
Yeah, the Angels did a good job because the sound system is off here, and they had to dance without music, but it was still amazing.
Well, during our pep assembly, the sound was off. Our sound system kind of went south a little bit, but we made it work. Aranda around the turn will be out of bounds, and he's going to be just shy of the first down, so it might be 4th and 1.
Forced out of bounds by Quezada there as he made a business decision on that, decided to step out of bounds. But not a good business decision because he went out of bounds on his own, a yard short of the sticks. And,
right.
Now, granted, the sticks are on the other side of the field, but, you know, you got to know that.
You know, I was just what made me think about this during coaching school. We were in that general meeting, and for everybody that's listening out there, especially head coaches.
4th and 1 here.
4th and 1. Let's see here. So we'll come back. 4th and 1 from the 39 here. You have Aranda under center. He's going to try to get the Coyotes to jump off sides.
Yeah, they're punting. No, they go.
And he lost the ball, and it's going to be fumbled and recovered by the Roswell Coyotes by Eli Lynn.
Yeah, and it was George Chavez who got in there and forced the fumble. Perfect timing. Chavez with the tackle and the forced fumble.
Did you see that stunt from the defense, Coach? They just attacked that A gap right there and said, hey, let's go get it. And they did just that. So it's going to be Coyote ball, 1st and 10 on about the 34-yard line.
4th turnover by the Wildcats. And now you've given Manny Fuentes in this high-powered offense.
Wow, I'm telling you.
A short field. And
you take a shot right off the bat. Let's see what happens here, because you have Segala on top there with Estrada. And then you have pistol formation here. There's the right and read. He's going to give it to Bryce Sanchez once again. And, boy, he is a bull. And, man, he has a bright future here for this Roswell High Coyote team.
He does. And 8 yards on that carry. And see, these are the 3-yard carries from the first half. Yeah. Now they're 8-yard carries. You know, we've worn it down the defense.
Absolutely. 2nd and 3 now. Here comes pistol formation. Manny Fuentes and company dropping back to pass. He has a man open in. Out of the hands of Segala. Oh, wow. That's
a rare incompletion for, that's not a drop for Fuentes, but again, put that ball in a pretty good spot. You know, it was tight coverage.
Yeah, right there. That good defense by all means.
Yeah, sure.
But here again, when you get to that semifinal or quarterfinal or even the state championship game, those balls have to be caught. Looks like there's an injury in the play, and let's see if the athletic training staff for the Lovington Wildcats come on the field, and they do. It looks like it's going to be number 3, Cesar Gonzalez. Got the training staff out there. It looks like he's okay. Just going to seek a little medical attention, make sure the young fellow is going to be okay. So, Coach, what I was saying when I did go to the coaching school,
yeah,
and you probably saw this already too, but when you're setting your calendar up for the following year, what do people do? They try to go with corresponding dates, right?
Sure.
So, well, it just so happens when so many years that pass on, you don't do the corresponding date. Now you're gonna have to go back approximately 7 days to redo your schedule. So when you're doing your schedules next year, like I said, just go back and don't say corresponding dates because it's really going to mess your schedules up really bad. So go back 7 days and go back and reevaluate your calendar before you're doing it. Now I know school just started 3 weeks ago, but again,
it's good to know. And I was talking. I forget. Someone was asking me this week. Are we starting earlier? Is football starting? Is the first game earlier? And the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, they have started earlier, and I think it's a good move. I think, and I'm an old basketball player, but the basketball season's too long. Yeah. It's too long, and it interferes too much with the fall sports,
spring sports,
and
especially
the spring sports. So, if they can start the fall sports a week earlier, I'm all for that. I still think they need to shorten the basketball season.
Well, I concur with that, Coach. But again, just remind yourselves.
And you don't even have to take away the games.
Yep.
I mean, just play more often. You know, and it's just too long, in my opinion.
Yes, sir. So 3rd and 3 now for the Roswell Coyotes on the 27-yard line. Left hash. Fuentes and company have twins to the top, and you're going to have a flag, and it's going to be an automatic first down for the Roswell Coyotes as number 58. I believe that is going to be, I think 58. Coach, that's going to be Valentin Herrera, the sophomore, outside linebacker for Lovington. Actually, right there is probably defensive end, end up jumping off sides.
And that's the kind of thing that's got to drive Coach Gonzalez crazy, because you had him in a 3rd down situation, maybe a chance to stop him, even if it's on downs. But now, you give him a first down inside the 25, and you're in trouble.
First down again for the Roswell Coyotes. The ball is handed off to Bryce Sanchez. And again, Sanchez, just a beast out there, wearing that front 4 or 5 on the defense. Just wearing them down. I mean, he really is. I mean, there's been 4 or 5 injured Lovington Wildcats, and has a lot to do with Bryce Sanchez.
Well, and especially that left side of that line, with those returning players, you got Villa, Campos, and Moore, they're going to wear you out.
So here we go. We got motion by Sebastian Mendoza. That's the pass. Fuentes to Mendoza, and that's going to be maybe a yard.
Give a 1 yard.
So you got a completed pass by Fuentes to Sebastian. We're going to be optimistic and give him 1 yard, and it is going to be 1 yard officially. 3rd and 6 now. 9:34 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Working on the right hash now, Fuentes and company. Setting up this right here. There's a wide open. Touchdown, Seabass. Coach, it doesn't seem to amaze me all the time. Those are set-up plays right there to set that up right there.
Well, and the public address announcer just hit it on the head, just said pitch and catch. I mean, he was that open. I mean, it was just so well executed, that play. Catching Seabass out of the backfield or in motion. I don't remember which one it was, but.
And you give him credit for how many yards, Coach?
I'm going to give him a 19-yard touchdown. 4th touchdown for Fuentes as he nearly hits the 250 mark, 249.
And the PAT's up and no good.
So 2nd missed.
That's correct. So 55-22. So 19-yard touchdown pass from Manny Fuentes to Seabass. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, in 30 seconds. You're listening and watching KCPTV.com and 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We'll be right back.
In times of uncertainty, one thing seems to be constant. Crime tends to rise. Zenith Security Services, a locally owned company that's invested in our community, reminds you that for less than 5 quarters a day, you can be proactive in protecting your home, family, and assets with a monitored alarm from a top UL-rated company. The hardest calls we receive at Zenith Security are those needing our services after the fact. Call Zenith Security Services at 575-626-3521 to schedule your free security assessment today.
So another touchdown pass by Manny Fuentes to Sebastian Mendoza, 19 yards to be exact, but the PAT failed. For the second failed PAT for Peyton Kennard, but the score is now 55-22. And guys, 9 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, a lot of football left to play, and with a 33-point lead, you know, I'm not clearing the bench, but I'm looking to see who I can get some experience out.
Well, I still think you wait till the fourth quarter if you do that. I say you continue playing with your, the people who got you here, and I'm not saying that you don't play any of the reserves, but I think you make a mission statement and you really put it on, put the gas on, and
I mean, it's 5 scores.
I would make it 8 scores.
Okay. And
I mean, next week.
Here.
Yeah, next week, and this is just me, my opinion here. We're talking here. You're talking. This is the coaches poll right here, right, Coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on the coaches poll, you said that it's Roswell at the number 3 spot, and I'm curious to see what the Goddard score is right now with Santa Teresa. That is going to be interesting to see. Artesia 1, Goddard 2, Roswell 3, Mayfield 4, all from our district. You make a mission statement now.
And Artesia losing in Carlsbad right now.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I can see the value in that.
So here we go. Aranda, the quarterback for Lovington still. Takes the snap and is going to be giving the ball to Cardenas. And I see number 54 for Roswell. That looks like Damian Casada. That's going to be a first down for Lovington, though.
George Chavez helping out there towards the end of that play, but you know, they have been able to move the ball sporadically, just not putting enough plays together, really. You know, the Coyotes have done a good job of, if you do give up one not huge play, but big play again here.
Okay, and that one's going to be handed off again to Cardenas, and just hit a wall. And you just made me think of something here, Coach. Oh, here's a score now from my buddy, former Roswell Coyote, number 41, Joe Martinez. 21-9, Carlsbad does lead.
And Coach, there's first Eli Lynn and Noah Lynn. Look like both of them in on that tackle. So the brothers playing right next to each other there on the defensive line. Noah playing the tackle position, Eli playing the end. And on second down and long, gonna have Aranda. And he's forced out of bounds as someone got a big angle at him there, but Aranda able to slip by and out of bounds for a short gain. It's going to bring up third and long, just over midfield. It'll be at the Coyote 48. And it will be Molinar on the tackle. Get credit for the tackle for forcing him out of bounds. So 3rd and 7, a long 7, almost 8.
Okay.
And Aranda will, and Lovington got to be thinking 4-down territory here for sure.
Yep, trips to the bottom here on the west side, and there is the pass completed to. Oh, what a breakdown! Well, not a breakdown tackle, but a good tackle by Anaya.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have the first down for sure, and Anaya able to get him down short of the sticks.
Yep.
But again, I mean, you don't punt here. You're down 5 scores. You got to. You might punt deep in your own territory, but.
So I have a quick update here. Well, we have 4th and 3 now for Lovington. Trips to the top. Split out here to the bottom here. It's going to be shotgun right.
Yeah, they're trying to draw them off, but now they are going to run the play. They've got 6 on the play clock. And here come the Coyotes.
Another fumble.
And it won't matter who gets it. It'll be a turnover.
And it is going to be a turnover, and the Roswell Coyotes will
and Coach,
get the ball back here. Got an update. So I have a couple things here. I have Carlsbad 21, Artesia 15, and then now I have Artesia 22-21, 4 minutes left. So we've got to find out. There's some.
No, that's right. Artesia just scored there to take the lead. So Artesia.
No, 22-21. Artesia does lead with 4 minutes left. And then we have an update, still 13-3 Goddard with 2 minutes left. So Santa Teresa is giving Goddard a game. So here we go. Roswell Coyotes first and 10 from the 49, 55-22, 7:08 remaining in the third quarter. You still have Manny Fuentes, the junior quarterback. Has a little toss over to the Bull. We have to get a nickname for him. It's just,
I don't think we can give him Jonas. We'll have to come up with a good. We never came up with a good one for Bryce last year, but we'll have to come up with a good one for him.
Yeah, that's
he carried about 4 guys with him right there to get a 1 yard gain.
Just look at. He has put on some muscle, Coach. I'm telling you. So it's 2nd and 9. So +1 for Sanchez. You have number 41. It's going to be L.J. Macias going out there. It's going to be split to the right. Fuentes hands it off. I'm not sure who that was there.
Well, I think it was Kennard.
No, it's not. It's going to be Christian Hernandez.
Christian Hernandez. So
Hernandez
8.
Gets +8 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down and 1. And here is where Coach Lynn just does such a good job calling here. Yeah, could you run it? Could you spread them out? Of course, but I'm telling you right here, you're going to get into that double tight, and there's a timeout.
Right. Coach Lynn, they did not do what Coach Lynn wanted them to do right there. And it will be a timeout.
Yeah, real quick, before we go to timeout, Coach, let's, I know you and I will be broadcasting tomorrow at the Coyote Den with girls Lady Coyote volleyball. And again, this is approximate time. The first game is going to be scheduled for 11 a.m. with the C team taking on Santa Teresa. And then following that, I guess that's going to be the best of 3 games. And then the JV will follow. So give or take, it could be 11:30, 11:45. It could be 11:15. It's an approximate time, but scheduled for 11. JV starting at 12, give or take. And the varsity following after that. So, again, that's just, as Coach McDonald referenced earlier, that's going to be approximate time. It will not be on the radio, but it will be broadcasted on KSVPTV.com, is my understanding.
So it's easy to check in. You know, just check in if we're live. We'll be live video probably a little bit before as we get set up. But you and I won't be giving our excellent pearls of wisdom until closer to match time.
And we're going to try to have a pregame interview with Coach Baca. If we can get her going, I know she's going to be kind of occupied in the morning, but if we can get a quick bite, interview bite, we'll do that for sure. 3rd and 1 now, and there is Manny Fuentes. Look at that, Coach. He's off to the races still, and he's going to gain 5, 10, 15, 16, 17 yards at least.
Yeah, I'll give him 17 on that. You forget that Manny's a big, strong kid. He's 6 foot tall and about 180. I mean, he's a big, strong kid.
He's not a small guy.
No.
1st and 10 on the 26. Scores 55-22 now. Fuentes under center. Has motion now, and that's going to be to number 21. And that's going to be Miguel Garcia.
Rico Lujan getting up the field to block there with enthusiasm.
So we see Christian Hernandez entering the ball game now. Looks like Bryce is going to take a breather real quick. Look at the trunks on him right there. Just some.
Oh yeah, Coach. He was big and he got bigger. So first carry from Miguel Garcia, first varsity carry of his career.
+4 yards for him. 2nd and 6. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Motion, and there is going to be Fuentes. He's going to hand that off.
Oh, bounce to the outside, and that's Seabass?
That is going to be Seabass. Touchdown, Christian Hernandez.
Christian Hernandez. And that's a 22-yard touchdown for Hernandez. And he's had himself a game, Coach.
Wow, 61-22 is the score in the third quarter, Coach. You and I, called a game a few years ago when Lovington and Roswell played in Lovington. That was the highest scoring game in the state of New Mexico history, is my understanding.
It was, and it was 70-something to 60-something. I don't remember the exact score, but
PAT's up and good.
The combined score was a state all-time record, and
we'll have to go back to the archives.
Yeah, we won't that record won't be broken here today, but anytime you hang 60 on the scoreboard, and Coach, lots of the third quarter still yet to play. I mean, I think we scored 76 in that game.
I think you're right. 74, 76.
And they had
55, 61.
Yeah, I think it was in the 60s. 61 might sound right, but we can go back and check. It was a crazy game. I remember calling that game like it was yesterday because it was such, I mean, it just seemed like, well, and it didn't seem like it was. There was a touchdown. I mean, every possession. I mean, both teams, it seemed like there was a touchdown on every possession. And I'll tell you what, the Coyotes are reminding me of how we played in that game 2 years ago. But the defense is the difference today because, as you said, has given up one score.
Right.
One score. The other two were off turnovers.
That's it.
And that is just so impressive to me when you think about how much turnover, especially on the line and the linebacker position they had. I mean, the secondary, there's lots of returners there in the secondary, but, I mean, this is basically new guys.
Coach, it's 9:30, and we're still in the middle of the third quarter.
Well, my wife's asleep, I promise. And she gets tired of listening to me, so I'm sure she's asleep. But, man, a lot of football to go.
Okay, and there's the kickoff.
Oh!
And there's going to be a penalty flag.
Yeah, but what a hit. Coach, that hit, I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Connor Nichols.
Yeah.
But he put a man, went through a man, and just absolutely blew up the returner there.
Okay, so 1st and 10 for Lovington.
And there's still be a Aranda, and there was a penalty on the play, so they'll back them up even further. So they're going to be starting at their own 17. So
yep.
Doesn't get any easier for the Wildcats. You know, they warmed up today, Coach, with the T-shirts that had the targets on their back, as they are the defending state champs in 4A. But Coyotes have hit that target today.
Well, to say the least, Coach. I mean, 62 to 22, and the clock now just continued to, to tick there. But yeah, you're exactly right. They hit the targets in many different ways for sure. Aranda is going to hand that off. No, he's going to take it, and
that ball come out?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it came out, but
I think he got right back on it. The official threw his little marker in there. I think that ball was on the turf, but
yeah, okay. So it was Aranda. He lost it and then
and got on it.
Regained it. Looked at least from this area from here. We're up here, so.
And somebody will get credit for a sack on that, and they'll have to get it from the film because I sure didn't see it.
Yeah, and I couldn't see it either. So it's going to be 2nd and 15, so a loss of 5. And there is Contreras this time, and excellent athlete.
Contreras has had a pretty good game, Coach.
Yeah.
I mean, he's run the ball very effectively against us. And that's something the defense can work on because, it seems like, a bell cow running back. That's what I couldn't remember earlier.
Bell cow, there you go.
Bell cow
okay.
running back,
yes.
that just gets the ball almost every time and just wears them out, like Sanchez is going to be for us. And, we can improve on that defensively. So that's something for Coach Bolaños and the staff to work on that they can, because you always got to take it. You can't just go in and celebrate after a game like this. You still got to get better.
Okay, so there's Aranda and the Lovington Wildcats dropping back to pass. He does have a possible eligible man eligible. It looks like he caught it.
He did, Coach. And I'll tell you what, that was Montreal was all over him. I mean, great coverage. I mean, all over him. He had no business throwing that ball to him. That was an absolute 50-50 ball right there.
Yeah, Matthew Garcia, number 7, really did a good job of reaching that ball, catching the ball at the highest point. And you said Monreal really was all over him. So, yeah, 50-50. That's a good way of putting it.
Coach Lynn praised Monreal immediately, gave him the pat on the helmet because it's perfect defense. I mean, it was just, like I said, Matthew Garcia with.
And a good pass by Aranda. So here we go.
I mean, except that Monreal was in the same jersey as him. But like I said, a 50-50 ball.
Rolling out to his left, and he does have an eligible receiver, number 4, Alec Olguin.
Yeah,
he just kind of missed it, huh?
Yeah, because Olguin had beaten Isaac Loya by a couple steps, and Aranda just could not get it to where he could catch it. So Loya is a little upset with himself, I can tell.
Yep.
They're discussing it there, the secondary. That secondary's been tremendous tonight, Coach. Monreal, Gallegos, Loya, and of course the senior Adrian Anaya. I mean, they've been good against a really good quarterback.
Well, next week next week the Roswell Coyotes travel to Santa Fe to take on the Demons. Need to do the homework on that. I don't know too much about Santa Fe yet. Ooh, good run by Contreras, and he might have the first down. What was Santa Fe ranked, Coach? Do you remember?
They not high at all. They were unranked in the coaches poll. Got no votes in the coaches poll, and I didn't print out that far down on
second. So
that they're down there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a game the Coyotes should win, and it's a game the Coyotes should probably win pretty easily, judging from what we've seen here.
Maybe, judging from tonight, but we'll see what happens next week. And by the way, partner, you're going to be doing that game solo, maybe with a sub there. I'm going to be taking a vacation day. I will be going up to go seeing the Dallas Cowboys playing the Seattle Seahawks. And then the next day I'll be seeing the Texas Rangers taking on the Detroit Tigers. So.
Very nice. I'm jealous of both those things.
Yeah, I was a little hesitant with all the work, but we're going to go ahead and do it for one weekend. And
well, good for you, Coach. I'm glad you're doing that. If I had tickets to those 2 events, I'd probably do the same thing. And I'm going to make you work with a sub once this year too, anyways.
Yeah, that's okay. We've got to take advantage of the situation while we have it.
Right.
So, Coach, we have another injury on the field, and it looks like it's another Lovington Wildcats, and they've had a few injuries today.
They have, and luckily I haven't even seen a minor one for us. There always are that you don't see, but we've been fortunate in that regard as well.
Yep. Well, Coach, 62-22, you have 31.5 seconds left. You think you go ahead and put your reserves in now? Of course, wait till the fourth quarter, but
well, maybe because if they don't score here, it's going to be a running clock. So,
well, and again, you have a mercy rule that stops the game at 50.
At 50, but that's still 2 scores away. And Lovington, is threatening here. They got a first down at the Coyote 35. So, I don't think the 50 is in play. The 35 obviously is, as we're at it right now. If you want to get your subs in, he's going to have to do it pretty quick unless they get under that 35 mark.
Well, Coach, I'm going to be real honest with you. I think he's kind of been doing that.
Well, he's always been a coach that uses his bench anyway. So, he's getting guys reps. Noah Lynn's been in there at defensive tackle. You've had
look like Anaya will get credit for that tackle.
Yeah. He always rotates, especially the D line. He's always rotated those guys. He's always had usually one linebacker he rotates in. So,
well, one of the things, Coach, with the program here, and I'm talking freshmen through seniors. You know how many kids we have in this program? Do you know how many kids the Roswell Coyotes have in this program?
I do not.
Over 160 kids in the program, freshmen through seniors.
That's a testament to the program.
Yeah.
Because that means that kids want to come out and play for you and want to be a part of something special.
Well,
and that's exactly what.
And it's such a good problem, Coach, is where there was a lack of equipment, where Coach Lynn actually had to go to different schools. And I'm talking Clovis, Hagerman, to get helmets.
Right.
Just for them to practice. Well, Coach, let's take a quick break. We'll be back here in about 30 seconds. The score is 62-22 on KSUP-TV.com and 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We'll be right back.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh, no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh, no, baby.
Ha! Now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning.
Fergalicious.
From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit?
Fergalicious.
Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love.
Fergalicious.
Welcome back to Roswell High football. 62-22 is the score. That is correct. 62-22. About to start the fourth quarter. Roswell Coyotes looking good.
Looking real good, Coach. And, you know, we talked about using subs. It's mostly the starters still out there on defense, you know, and we got to remember, you know, this isn't mid-season. You know, your starters need reps right now. So, you know, that's got to factor into, you know, coach's thinking as to, you know, who to play. But, you know, if he had anybody that was on the bubble, like, I wonder if I can get this guy some reps tonight. Well, the answer to that is yes.
Okay, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Lovington Wildcats. And there's going to be a pass. Beautiful pass and a beautiful catch. And that was caught by Alec Olguin.
Yeah, and George Chavez was in the vicinity, and as was Isaac Loya, but just, you know, that just shows you what the Wildcat offense is capable of, and the reason why they got the rings, you know, last year. I mean, this is not a cupcake that we've put the wood to tonight by any stretch. This is a quality football team, you know, regardless of class, and you know, we just put the whooping on them,
to say the least.
Zy Carrasco checks in at the safety position.
Aranda, the quarterback, has motion, and there's going to be a little toss, which will be, and what a play.
Carrasco, who made the hit in the middle there. Woo.
Wow.
That's why my son doesn't play football anymore, to be honest with you.
I remember that hit.
You remember that?
I remember that hit where you and I were right here, and we saw it right about the 40-yard line, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a good hit.
Yeah. My kid was liking football and liking the workouts, but that was about it for him.
Right.
So I had a couple of those for him. Boy,
look at that. Kept them out of the end zone.
Nicely done.
And look what we have here. We have the nice Texas edition downstairs.
Whoa, would you look at that? They drive that all the way over here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Street legal.
It is street legal, but of course you have your escort and stuff too. So.
Happy belated birthday to my daughter, who just gave me a hug here in the booth.
Yeah.
Can I say hi to the radio?
You can say hi to the radio, young lady.
So there's Miss Kate McDonald. Let's see right here. We have 3rd and 1 real quick for Lovington. And let's see what Aranda does here. It's going to be a little toss. And they're still going to keep the Lovington Wildcats out of the end zone. Let's see here. They kept him out, so it's going to bring up a 4th down situation, and they do. So, yeah, Miss Kate McDonald, former Roswell Coyote, and also Charlie's Angels. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Real good, real good. So what do you think of the ball game so far?
You know, to be honest, I wasn't really watching it that good.
Well, okay. Well, sounds good. Well, I'm sure you're missing downstairs here. I'm sure you're looking at Charlie's Angels. I saw you at the pep assembly, and I know as a former athlete, you're looking downstairs, and you're probably critiquing, right? Kind of see how they're doing. So
a little bit.
Well, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. So a 4th and 1 situation here. I'm going to give you an opportunity to say hi. And the Coyotes hold the Lovington Wildcats on 4th down. So the Coyotes just made another statement. So, okay, Kate, want to say hi to anybody?
I want to say hi to my mom.
Okay.
She's probably not listening, but I'd like to say hi to her.
Sounds good. Well, definitely, if she's sleeping right now, you can go back to ksvptv.com and so in the morning when she's drinking her coffee, she can hear it.
That sounds like such a fun family activity for us to all do tomorrow.
Well, definitely do that for sure. So.
Oh, I'd also like to say hi to my boyfriend, Brady.
Oh, okay. Well, Brady, there you go, buddy. So, well, Kate McDonald, nice to see you. Good luck to you, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for letting me say hello. I'm going to pass it back over to my dad now.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Roswell Coyotes. 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the contest. And guess what, Coach? That looked like
Make sure Bowie gets some.
trying to see who that was there.
Well, the pile is still.
It's going to be 2nd and about 1.
Who's the ball carrier there?
Well, I will tell you here in just a second.
Coach, I think it
was it?
I think it was L.J. Macias.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Maybe not. He's usually lines up as a wide out.
So 2nd and 1 now. And it looks like Fuentes still the quarterback. He's under center. We will have motion. They're going to have to call a timeout because they don't have a fullback, and it might. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the timeout. As Fuentes turns around to say something to his fullback, and there wasn't any.
Well, so I don't know if they're going to try to put Giovanni Apodaca in there or try to put Bryce Sanchez.
Well,
but let me just tell you something interesting on this here, Coach, too, about Bryce Sanchez. I know he's having a heck of a game. You called him. Well, we have to come up with some kind of a nickname, you and I do, just because he's such a strong individual. Just a great kid, by the way, too. But, you know, it has come to my attention that, and I knew this, but just for all the listeners, you know, Bryce, you know, he got 3rd place in powerlifting last year. And that's saying something there, too. I mean, talking about making a mission statement, it wouldn't be a bit surprising to me if he goes and takes a state title this coming year.
Well, and, you know, we talk about him getting bigger. Obviously, it's more important to get stronger than bigger unless you're playing the O-line, you know, and probably even then. That's saying something about how much stronger he's getting if he's, you know, getting that far ahead or doing that well in the powerlifting, which is one more year of an activity and it's going to be a sport. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. It's nice to see. And I tell you what, there's not only just males doing it, but there's a lot of females now participating in powerlifting.
Right.
Okay, so it's going to be 2nd and 1, and I believe it appears to be Manny Fuentes still under center. We'll have motion in the tight slot. Oh, wow, look at that. Christian Hernandez.
Man, such a, you know, kind of a smallish kid, but
lower his shoulder, and
he
wow.
really runs with some power, doesn't he?
Well, and it's going to be nice to see the Coyotes score one more time if they can. I know we're still in Lovington territory, but, you know, it's just really nice to see these kids grow from being a freshman to sophomores, and sophomores to juniors, and juniors to seniors, of course. But
and we need to get Christian one more carry because he's sitting at 99 yards.
Well, it looks like Avi Toscano is in the ball game. And he's going to get a carry here, and that's Avi Toscano. He's going to be close to a first down, and he looks like he has it.
Yeah, I think they're going to depend on the spot, but I think they're going to give it to him. See where he sets it down. First down. Toscano.
Yeah, good athlete for the Roswell Coyotes. Is a 3-sport letter winner, as they say. Plays football, basketball, and baseball.
And I'll tell you what, he is the first player to hit a home run in the new baseball stadium at Roswell High.
That's right.
It wasn't a JV game, but he's still the first and only one.
And that's going to be handed off right there. And I don't know who that is, Coach. It looks like it's going to be number 21. That's going to be Miguel Garcia. Touchdown, Coyotes.
And, Coach, that is great for Miguel. This is a kid who's been putting in the work for 4 years.
And got his opportunity.
And he got his opportunity, and he made the most of it. See, the ball was on the 36, right? So.
So that is
a 64-yard touchdown.
And that was Miguel Garcia. So Miguel Garcia turns on the wheels for 64 yards, and the young man gets him a touchdown. PAT, looks like Kenner's going to try to, not try, I beg your pardon. He's going to have another opportunity, and that is going to be good. So Coyotes, 69. Lovington Wildcats, 22.
Nice.
Let me see, and make sure I get my math right. One possession away, Coach, from the mercy rule. Is that correct here? Let's got 7.
They're up 47, yeah.
Yep, so 3 points away.
Yeah, so any score other than a safety now, field goal or a touchdown, would end the game. We are in the fourth quarter, though, right? They've been running that clock?
That is correct.
I mean, what are we discussing here?
Well, Coach, they may squib it. I thought you were talking about the
the officials. No, if you don't see Coach Lynn running out to the special teams, I think you can just count on them.
No, what they're doing is the math, I think. They're probably thinking, well, is it 3, 4, 5? What do we need in order to...
Yeah, any score with a safety will end the game now.
So 10 possessions that the Coyotes have scored on, Coach.
Coach, 10 touchdowns. 10 touchdowns.
69-22 is the correct score with 5 minutes and 41 seconds remaining.
You know, I said it in the break. I'll say it now in the air. I think the statement's been made.
Statement has been made.
We talked about them wanting to make a statement. I think it's been made.
Well, Coach, that first possession, I'm going to tell you right now, it scared me. Yeah, it really did, but man.
Well, after the way the season started last year, you can understand why we'd be a little gun shy if the first possession of the game started that way.
And there is the kick by Kennard.
That will stay in the ballpark. And it's going to be Connor Nichols again. Connor Nichols does a great job knifing through the blockers and making special teams tackles. Also the deep snapper. So doing his part, knowing his role and doing it well. Got a lot of that out here. So now, Coach, I'm seeing some subs. I'm seeing some subs out there. We got Caden George, who was actually a starter last year. Zy Carrasco's back out there. Giovanni Reyes, who is backup cornerback. You got Nate Quintero, who made a nice defensive play earlier. On the line, you got looks like you got Braden Greathouse out there, the senior.
Yep.
It's kind of been in the rotation anyway.
Well, I had an update here too, Coach.
Should have a final from somewhere.
Well, there's a tackle there. Good defense by. Get a number there. That looks like number 62, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's Braden Greathouse.
Greathouse. So this was a text message about 5 minutes ago, and the score was 30-27 with 6 seconds left. Artesia ended up defeating Carlsbad 30-27. I assume with 6 seconds left.
Yeah, we can assume that that's probably the final.
Goddard won 19-3 thanks to Sean Naranjo.
So those games probably a little closer than most people anticipated.
Yeah, and speaking of state champions, Coach, I was just talking with Coach Aaron Payne too, and we're talking about how we're talking about Bryce Sanchez getting third and hopes to be a state champion this year. Well, we actually had a state champion on this football team. First place in 2022 was Christian Hernandez.
Oh, okay.
And that was in the 148-pound powerlifting.
Well, now we see why, even though he's not very big, we say he's not very big. He's 5'7", list him at 5'7", 150. He's running over people and carrying people, and that's what a powerlifting champ should do, right?
That's correct. So there's going to be a bad snap,
boy.
And Miranda still trying to throw it away, and
he got that one past the line of scrimmage.
He did. So 4th and 1 now. you going to punt it, Coach?
Well, you know, almost tempted to.
Well,
because you know that the backup offense is coming out. I might punt this ball.
I'm thinking I would, but let's see what happens here. Let's see what Coach Gonzalez does for Lovington.
I mean, the game's over. I mean, why? I don't know.
Well, and there's the first down, so that's going to be Cardenas, and he will turn on the wheels and have a possible touchdown. But look at that, come from behind, run.
Speed there. Who was that?
Zai Carrasco.
Big run for the Wildcats, number 33, Cardenas.
Boy, he found another gear there, didn't he?
Sure did. But Zai Carrasco also found another gear.
No, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Cardenas not a slow guy. And Carrasco made up some serious real estate to catch up to him and get him to the ground, save a touchdown. And see here, Coach, you know, now we can say the starting defense gave up one score.
Correct.
In this game. And you know, they may give up another one here. It looks like they got a penalty on
the Coyotes.
Yeah. Maybe got a little of the face mask.
My man Tanner going to work back down there.
Hustle. Seeing that hustle. So we'll see if the backups can keep the Lovington offense out of the end zone here. It is it is definitely the backups that are in for the Coyotes at this point.
So Aranda's still a starting quarterback for Lovington. Puts man in motion and throws. And good defensive play. And I think that was number 17, if I was not mistaken.
And that's Quintero again. And you know, he's had a nice little game coming in relief.
Yes, he had.
You know, he had a fumble recovery, made a couple of tackles here. As the clock, of course, keeps on moving here, even on the incompletion with the mercy rule well in effect.
Absolutely. So it's 2nd and 10, 69-22. We're approaching the minute 30 mark. At the conclusion of this game, you will have some Kelly McDonald stats.
A lot of them.
That's going to be the second novel of the night.
And they do manage to keep him out of the end zone, but it will be.
So Cardenas has another opportunity to get in, but Roswell Coyotes, the defense, again, stop him from getting in.
Yeah, and Coach Gonzalez using his timeout here. He wants to get one more score up there. You know, just so you can take something positive.
Well, rightfully so, and you know what? I have a lot of respect for that. You know, you know, even though the game is over, 69-22, you still want to, you know, see some good things. You never quit until the buzzer, and you know, I have to give a lot of respect there to the Lovington Wildcats and Coach Gonzalez. But I'm going to tell you right now, the Roswell Coyotes really made a mission statement tonight.
They have, and I tell you what, if there were any questions, you know, the offense was not what we're used to and what we have come to expect from last year.
Right.
You know, that was certainly a down year offensively for the Coyotes. But if there were any questions about the offense for this year, I don't think that there are any more, because, you know, this is probably now the second highest scoring game in Roswell Coyote history. You know, for, you know, not total score, but, you know, points that the Coyotes have scored. I don't think they had another one that was, you know, in that range of 70 points. But, man, this offense, I mean, you gotta, if you're a 5A football fan, coach, you're gonna have to look at this and say, okay, you know, that Roswell High offense is for real.
Well, one of the things that Roswell Coyotes at the conclusion, celebrate for just a moment and go back to work. And those, you know, the coaching staff will go back and start breaking down film a little bit, and
plenty to work on,
and a lot to work on.
Oh, coach.
And yeah, I say film. You know what? It's really huddle nowadays. You go back and you have you can do it at home. You can do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But I promise you, this coaching staff here works extremely hard, and they're going to have another timeout.
Well, they're going to try and score on this play. A great play by Greathouse again, and that's Braden, the older Greathouse brother, and in the backfield about the same time as the snap, and gets the big tackle for loss there, about a 5-yard loss, and so it's going to be 4th and goal from just outside the 5.
Well, just Coach, and you might start thinking about it, and I'll do the same thing. Just player of the game. There's probably many, but I can tell you right now what's standing out in my mind, just in my mind right now is, well, there's just so many. I mean, in my mind right now, I'm just looking at Jordan Weathersby. He's really he did a good job just with all the catches. Manny Fuentes really threw the ball pretty well, but without going through all the stats, man, you also have Apodaca that has scored a couple of plays, a couple touchdowns. You have Bryce Sanchez has really just done a magnificent job. I mean, there's just so many Coyotes.
Well, Coach, Christian Hernandez.
Christian Hernandez.
99 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, there are so many that you could choose from. I mean, obviously, that first half from Manny Fuentes was one for the ages. I mean, one for the record books. I mean,
yeah. Well,
I mean, that was tremendous. He only threw 3 passes in the second half, but, I mean,
just so many contributors here in this ball game. You may not have a player of the game. You might just call it the Roswell Coyotes player of the game. There were just so many contributors here.
Well, I can't remember the last time we had a receiver go for 161 yards. So, I mean, Weathersby, that's certainly the biggest surprise for me. I mean,
there's going to be
no, he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. They're going to call it a touchdown, but I disagree with that call. But Coach, and I'm going to tell you something else too that we need to talk about. Player of the game. You have that offensive defensive line.
Yeah. Well, and especially the defensive line, because like you said, first team defense gave up 1 score to this team, and maybe they're not the offensive juggernaut that they were last year in the championship year, but they're still very, very good. That quarterback and that running back are very, very good, and they've got good receivers.
Well, they're for real, and the Coyotes defensively, they stopped the Lovington Wildcats from getting in.
Yeah,
on the 1-yard line.
Well, right on the 1-yard line, and really stopped them right there again. But like to see that on film.
Well, and here's the thing right here, Coach. It's they're going to give Lovington that score in the PAT. I disagree with it, but it is what it is. They're down there. We're up here. It's 69-29, but you still have 48.7 seconds left. Yeah. And you know what I'm about to say.
Well, yeah, but I think the Coyotes are just going to have a running play and run out the clock.
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they try to get some more reps in here for week number 1. I'm just telling you, it's just my opinion. But you have that younger group in there. You have, A.B. Toscano in there. I mean, it's very possible, but I think,
well, might see Kennard under center too out here too. You never know.
Well, 69-29. It is 10 o'clock on August 19th at the Wool Bowl.
And what a start this season for the Roswell Coyotes as they are looking to get, on that quest for the blue trophy. And they definitely look like contenders right now as they came into the game in the coaches poll as the number 3 team, number 4 team in the Max Preps poll. But so obviously other people thought they were a contender, but there's no question that they are now because this is a huge,
very good Lovington team.
Well, definitely a quality of play. I mean, a defending championship team. I mean, these are the state champs. I mean, they just put this beat down on the state champs. So
well, Lovington, they do travel next week to Seminole, Texas, and take on.
And that won't be easy.
No, I'm sorry. The locations, they're in Lovington.
Oh, it's going to be in Lovington.
In Lovington, I beg your pardon.
A little easier.
And then Santa Teresa, and then, of course, they play Hobbs, Denver City, Artesia, Santa Fe, Bernalillo. And so there's a few common opponents that these two teams play.
Lovington going to work on their onside here? Or?
Well, I'm trying to see, is that A.B. Toscano down there? I believe that might be, huh? Or is that Estrada?
It's not Estrada. Well, it is Estrada. What happened to his shoes and his gloves?
Well, did he change them again?
He had to have, because that is 13 Estrada. They don't have two 13s.
So Fuentes is still under center, and you have Bryce Sanchez in the ball game. You have looks like it's going to be all the starters back in here for the last 48.7 seconds. Lovington, I believe, has no timeouts left.
I don't believe they do either, but that is the starters. And the reason that the starters are out there, Coach, is that this is going to be a victory formation.
Yeah, it's going to be victory formation.
And, you know, both teams know it. I doubt they'll be anything but just a...
And that's going to be the ball game as the Roswell Coyotes.
They're going to have to snap it one more time, I think.
Yeah, one more snap for sure, but the Roswell Coyotes are going to win this ball game 69-29. The Coyotes will be in victory formation one more time. We will go to break after the fact, and you'll need how many minutes, Coach, to get this tallied up?
3
minutes after the fact. Okay, well, that's going to be the ball game.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back here in 3 minutes. And we'll go over some stats, close it out, and get ready for next week. We'll be right back. You're listening to Art Sandoval, Kelly McDonald on KSUPTV.com and 106.5 Roswell.
Richland Motors invites you and your family to the Richland Motors Barbecue Cook-Off and presentation of the American Patriot Award, honoring first responders on Saturday, September 10th at Richland Motors on West 2nd in Roswell. This cook-off is open to all skill levels and all mediums: wood, charcoal, pellets, wood chips, and electric. Prizes will be awarded for the best in brisket and best in ribs. Sign up now at rlchevrolet.com. Click the About Us tab and enter. Richland Motors Barbecue Cook-Off and presentation of the American Patriot Award, Saturday, September 10th at Richland Motors on West 2nd in Roswell.
ENMU Roswell offers high school students the opportunity to get a head start on their college education journey into healthcare. Through the Allied Health Careers Pathway, high school learners can enroll in dual credit courses that introduce them to a wide range of careers that include emergency medical technician, paramedic, nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory therapy, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and nursing assistant. Start your healthcare career path at ENMU Roswell. Contact your high school counselor for more information.
Even if you swing the golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla, you'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event and sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force. And if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you got to use the right stuff. And you got to do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick.
August is back to school month. It's an exciting time of year, but it's important to keep safety in mind as you send loved ones off to school. Central Valley Electric Cooperative would like to share some safety tips to keep in mind. Slow down and watch for school zones. Put your phone away. Don't get distracted. Stop for buses loading or unloading students. CVE wishes everyone a safe transition back to school. Remember to be safe and be smart this school year.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh, no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh, no, baby.
Haha, now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning. From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit? Fergalicious. Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love. Fergalicious.
Welcome back to Roswell High School football. Roswell Coyotes win big, 69-29 over the Lovington Wildcats. Coach McDonald, talk to me a little bit about some stats here, bud.
All right, well, we have 6 out of 8 extra point attempts for Peyton Kennard and 1 blocked punt, the only punt attempt for the Coyotes tonight. 1 punt return, Isaac Loya for 35 yards, and 2 kickoff returns for Robert Truex for a total of 29. Defensively, Coyotes were led by Adrian Anaya, Jeremiah Monreal, Damian Quezada, and Zai Carrasco, each with 4 tackles. 3 tackles each from Vernon Molinar, Eli Lynn, and 2 tackles each from Nichols, Quintero, Gutierrez, Greathouse, that's Braden Greathouse, Connor Nichols, Cheeto Lomelli, and we had 1 interception right at the half by Adrian Anaya, 2 fumble recoveries from Robert Truex, Eli Lynn and Nate Quintero also added fumble recoveries, and 2 sacks in the game, Eli Lynn and Mason Greathouse. So now to the offensive statistics, and there were plenty. We'll start with the rushing statistics. A.B. Toscano had 1 carry for 10 yards. Miguel Garcia, 2 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown. He was the third leading rusher on the team with those just 2 carries. Josh Estrada had an 18-yard carry. Sebastian Mendoza, 2 carries for 6 yards. Manny Fuentes, 7 carries for 35 yards. Peyton Kennard, 2 carries for -2 yards and a touchdown. And then Christian Hernandez, 9 carries, 99 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then the workhorse was, of course, Bryce Sanchez. He had 15 carries, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Passing the football, Eli Lynn 1 for 1 for 35 yards. And then all the rest were from the junior Manny Fuentes, who wound up 14 of 22, 249 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Manny Segala caught 2 of those for 14 yards. Malachi Mitchell, 1 for 35. That was the pass from Eli Lynn. Sebastian Mendoza caught 4 balls for 42 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Giovanni Apodaca, 3 catches for a total of 44 yards and a touchdown. Bryce Sanchez caught 2 for a total of 10 yards. And then our player of the game, Coach, Jordan Weathersby, kind of from out of nowhere, caught 5 balls, 161 yards, and a touchdown. So,
well, there you have it, Coach. The Roswell Coyotes win the ball game 69-29. Let me do this real quick. I got from Sean Naranjo. Artesia did win the ball game 30-27 in the last 20 seconds. And then Hobbs defeated Clovis 46-7. New Mexico Military Institute 43, Mescalero 12. Santa Rosa defeated Dexter 40-0. Gateway was victorious 57-0. Hagerman 14-0 over Capitan at, well, that's halftime it says there, so I don't know. Haven't got the update since then. But here at the Wool Bowl, Roswell, New Mexico, the Roswell Coyotes stomped the Lovington Wildcats 69-29. The Coyotes will travel next week to Santa Fe to take on the Demons. That game will be on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM and KSVPTV.com. Kelly, you will be doing this game next week, possibly with a substitute. I will be on a vacation. Well, I'll take a vacation that day, but I'll be back the following week and get ready for that contest. Guys, have a good week. Safe travels back to Lovington. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always great to be a Coyote. Good night.
That concludes this broadcast of sports on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and KSVPTV.com. Sports on Pecos Valley Broadcasting are presented by Bob Reed Pest Control, Trustmark Roofing, Pecos Valley Equipment, Oasis Computers, Amigo Machinery, Central Valley Electric, Roswell Seed Company, Richland Motors, Big O Tires, Business Notions, Maupin and Brown Dentistry, Zenith Security, ENMU Portales and ENMU Roswell, Bergie's Plumbing and Heating, So Easy Sewing, and Maze Lumber. Thanks for tuning into this special broadcast on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We now return you to your regular scheduled programming.
The Vladimir Putin's invasion happened. It's one of the first sites to be seized by Russian forces after the war began, and it's still, from what we understand, operated by Ukrainian staff. Now, there have been widespread concerns about a potential nuclear catastrophe as the plant located near the front line there has remained a target of shelling in recent weeks. Both Ukraine and Russia have accused each other's forces of shelling the plant. However, you go to any news source out there, they can't figure out who's shooting what or who's shooting at whom. Ukraine's Defense Intelligence Agency suggested yesterday that Moscow is plotting a false flag attack on the nuclear power plant. This is what the statement said, quote, Ukrainian intelligence officers believe that the Russians are preparing a provocation at the ZNPP. That's the power